form guide. So Silent Achiever, she deserves to be the favourite, and Damien Oliver, who rode her fresh up, is aboard again tomorrow. Off we go to Grafton to Gosford. We've got Grafton coming up, race number 6 over on TAB trackside 2. For us, though, the first from the Gosford Greys, and we've got a grade 5 here, over a distance of 515 metres, and Lemon Tree Girl is the favourite at $3.40 and $1.90. Our caller there tonight is John McDermott, and in the opener he likes Hidden Danger to win the prize. He's going the 1, race 1, 1 to beat 8, 2 and 3 in what is the first of 10 from this venue and first leg of a TAB double. Second race, Lorella Fire, his top pick, number 4, 4 to beat 7, 8 and 1. He won't be too far away. After this, we'll set the scene for the harness coming in from Alexandra Park tonight, and then we'll nip back to Hatrick for race 5 before we get stuck into the trots from the Auckland headquarters, with the first away there at 6 o'clock. And I think we've got a reasonable pick 6 to chase down, a couple of $40,000 guaranteed quaddies, of course, early quaddie, late quaddie there at Alexandra Park. And just having a quick peek as far as pick 6 is concerned, that's 40,000 as well. So three lots of 40,000 to chase down at the Alexandra Park trots. And Craig will tell us more about that when we join him very shortly here on Trackside 1. In the meantime, we're on post time here for the first at Gosford.
Lemon Tree Girl, Jimmy the Genius and White Fin, Odd Socks and Fizz the Oyster. Key Nuclear and She's a Hot Sort. That runner's about to move up. Just reminding owners and trainers going to Muswellbrook next Sunday. Of course, they're racing there on Sunday. Just a little change to kennelling time. Kennelling time's been brought back a little bit. The kennels will close at 11:15, and that'll be the case for the rest of the meetings there to be conducted at Muswellbrook this year. So just a little early kennelling time closure, 11:15. Now the second line placed away, green light going through. Power's on, the bunny's on its way. First event of the afternoon here at Gosford. Butte weather conditions set to jump. Ready? Up and running. Coming out in front, Lemon Tree Girl. She's got that good early dash to race to the lead. Fizz the Oyster got straight into second place behind it. They were followed by White Fin, Odd Socks. A good margin away to Jimmy the Genius as they run down the back, followed by She's a Hot Sword. Hidden Danger is back second last, and Key Nuclear at the tail. Fizz the Oyster takes over, led by a length now to Lemon Tree Girl, starting to kick back about 4 lengths away to White Fin, Odd Socks, and then came Jimmy the Genius. Fizz the Oyster in front, Lemon Tree Girl comes again. Fizz the Oyster, Lemon Tree Girl, and on the inside, White Fin, not much in it. And then Jimmy the Genius, followed by Odd Socks. The next one in there was Hidden Danger. Well, back in the field there was Key Nuclear after the first event.
Photos all over the shop here. First the 6 was in front, then the 2 had a dive, the 6 fought back, and it's in a photo with the 2 for the win. 4 will be third, and then we need the camera again to determine who's run fourth. We might just leave that to the judge, and we'll come back with confirmed placings and divvies in a moment. In the meantime, let's set the scene for the action coming in from Auckland, and we're chasing an overnight low of 10 degrees there. Tonight, fine spells, a little bit of shower activity later with westerly winds. Officially, track conditions are good. Just a handful of scratchings. Race 1, take out 2, Glamour Girls. Race 2, number 11, Clarius. Race 3, number 7, Atomic Betty. Got a late scratching to advise in race 4. It's number 1, the Royal Charger. Race 4, number 1, all clear. Race 5 and 6. Also, race 7 and 8 is clear. Got a late one in race 9 as well, number 11, Moment of Truth. Race 9, number 11, a late one, and all clear in race number 10. It's Hydro Distributors Spring Cup night there, and taking us through the action is Craig the Whale Thompson. Craig, good evening to you.
Yeah, very good evening to you. Daryl from Alexandra Park. It's a beautiful evening in the City of Sales tonight. Daryl, of course, first of the big bangers in the north in the new season, the open class horses. The grace to track at Alexandra Park tonight in the Spring Cup. Of course, last year taken out by Easy on the Eye, Pembroke Benny. He's in there tonight. Of course, he won the race 3 years ago and was placed 2 years ago. He's going to be an attraction here tonight, and of course, that is a leg of that $40,000 quaddie tonight, Daryl. So, good program. The undercard is strong. There's a couple of maiden races here tonight that the form is going to stack up, a couple of them heading towards the Sire Stakes at Cambridge next Thursday night. Get the homework out of the way. Of course, we've got the Drivers' Challenge tonight here at Alexandra Park. Tony Hurley, he opened up a pretty short favourite this morning, 250 into 230. He's got a great book of drives. The likes of Irish Whisper is on Walk of Fame, a nice maiden that he drives in race number 3 as well. He's going to be pretty hard to beat in the Drivers' Challenge. Zach Butcher, 350 to 360. Morris McHenry, 550. Brett Mangos at 6, James Stormont at 6, Todd McFarlane at 11, and any other individual driver at $11. Of course, we've got those 2 quaddies tonight. The first, I'm starting race number 2 tonight at $6.35, $40,000 guaranteed in both. We're going to have a quaddie preview straight after race 1 tonight, and again after race 2 for the later quaddie as well. So look forward to that here, along with the $40,000 pick 6. Daryl, it's going to be a good night of harness racing here tonight. Looking forward to the first just prior to 6:05.
Okay, just before you go, Craig, got a tip for us in the first that we can go and all load up on?
Well, Priscilla's Girl's the best horse in the race, Daryl, I have no doubt. She's a 5-win mare. She's, what, about $1.70? I can tell you they've had a $6,000 bet on her earlier this afternoon. She was very good winning a junior drivers race last start, and she follows one through in Courtney John from 2 off the front. Triggered a great run through, and I thought one of the better bets of the night. Build a bank towards the quaddie here, Daryl, in the first. I think Priscilla's Girl will get us off on a winning note.
Awesome, Craig. Thank you. Back with you shortly. Priscilla's Girl now into $1.50 on the fixed odds. Let's go to Hatrick and watch these dogs prepare for race number 5 on the program. 4 minutes out. Favourite here is Nitro Lewis or Nitro Louis. $2.80 fixed, $2.90 and money back for the place. On the second line of betting, you've got Allegro Master, who has been sweeping all before him. He's won 10 from 22 now. He's won 5 from 9 on this track. And he gets up to class 4 tonight, and he's at $3.20, so he's kept safe enough. His form and overall record speaks volumes of his chances. And then the other one that had a reasonable amount of support was Choc D'Ellis, who's up a fair bit of weight today. Let's have a look at Allegro Master. This was the Class 3 win at the Manawa 2 last time out, just a few days ago.
Also back there was It's a Doe, up they come, but away goes Allegro Master. Allegro Master will get this easily from Cosmic Choice. Then we go to Smirnoff, a nice run. Break back in the field to Tongariro. Then we go here to Vinny Do, making up a bit of ground. Was It's a Doe, we'll get the downgrade.
8 1/4, I think, was the official margin there, and he was pretty impressive as he makes his way through the grades. No doubt that he's going to make open company, and probably sooner than later, Allegro Master. But one dog stands in his way, I believe, Rosso, and I spoke about him a little bit earlier, Nitro Louis. He's got to pay the believers eventually.
Yes, if we hang in long enough, Steve. Casino, no, it wasn't Casino. It's a new Greyhound result there. Meeting code 21, race number 1. Fares Oyster, $7.30 and $1.60. $1.20 for the 2, $4.50 the 4. Quinella $11.90. Trifecta $191.70. First 4, $6.243. $1,329.40. Well, I'm with him tonight. Number 2, Nitro Lewis. He returns here. He's got a good record on this track. His runs since his resumption, 2 of them at Manawa 2 have been solid enough. He's had his chances, but he's placed in both times behind kennelmates. Don't think there's any kennelmates to worry about here, so that'll be something. Number 8, Allegro Master. Well, he keeps taking giant steps forward, occasionally just not quite as quick off the boxes, and has been in a wee bit of trouble, but he's pretty good. 17.55 fastest time, so he'd be competitive here. And you'd think out in box 8 that he at least will get a bit of clear air. Number 4, our Jack Attack. Class 2 win, Class 3 win, starting to post some reasonable times. Spare box on his outside now, so he can measure up. And Jack Attack really racing well for Marie Gowan. Very good winner last week off box number 5. Red Rug for Kazillion. She's 4.5 now, wee bit over. We haven't seen her for best part of a month. In fact, it's exactly a month since she raced. And she's a greyhound who can still race pretty well, you would think, in this grade. Off the inside draw, she does look for the rail, so she's there already. Just a note too, just over a minute out. First 4, $2,100 carry forward here, so it's well worth playing into, particularly with a 7-dog field. And it's over 3.5 now. It'll pick up momentum, so computer can do a selection for you at late notice here. $2,100 carried forward in the first 4. After Kazillion, Who haven't we spoken about? Chocty Ellis, the 6. Now, she's up 1.3 kilos in weight. If you're back to her, don't be too alarmed. She's a recent downgrader. So she weighs in 31.3 tonight, which is certainly large for a female greyhound, but she has raced well at that weight. In fact, recently she put 3 placings together at that very weight, and her recent wins have come at 30.9, which isn't too far away from 31.3. So things should be all sweet for Chocty Ellis to go a good race, and she's got a spare box on her inside now to help her from that awkward draw. Another duel out in box number 7. It's a dog that's won here 3 times in the past. Now she's been doing her recent racing down south. John McInerney's got some dogs fresh to the CD tonight, but they are dogs that have been here in the past and performed well, and already a couple of them, 3 of them in fact, with a couple of wins in a second, have performed very well. Corborn Flow for Matt Roberts off box number 3. Has until late been a pretty consistent performer, Corborn Flow. Just might perhaps be battling at this level. We will see. We'll give her another chance here. To the traps, Powder Mountain Scientific Nutrition Class 4, 305 metres, late scratching off the 5. First 4 pool building 5,500 and climbing with a carry forward of 2,100. Kazillion leading them up in box 1, Corborn Flow in 3. Box 5 is vacant. And out in the 7 is another duel. Second line, Nitro Lewis, our Jack Attack, Chocty Ellis, Allegro Master. Favourite Nitro Lewis, $2.40. Not always the quickest away. Round comes the bunny set. And racing, Kazillion bounds out nicely. Nitro Lewis midfield going forward there. Corborn Flow, and up there too was Chocty Ellis, and here's Allegro Master trying to get right around the outside. Can tell you that Nitro Lewis has gone to the lead. It should be shut the gate. Further back in the race then we've got Chocty Ellis has drifted now. Well back with that too as they swing the corner. Another duel. And easily here Nitro Lewis from Kazillion. Allegro Master got to 3rd. Then another duel. Corborn Flow. Chocty Ellis got the shuffle mid-race and finishes last. Well, if you've stuck with them, what do we get? $2.80. Nitro Lewis does the job. 17.59. He's clocked. Nice gallop. 17.59. Now the run home 10.51. It's come up this time. 10.51. So a slick run home. And 2 Nitro Lewis. The winner, as we have a look at them off the lids. Allegro Master was slow, but he did have room to boom around the outside. Corborn Flow in front, but Nitro Lewis just pushes through the inside. He finds the rail, finds the lure. He's a hard dog to beat. Kazillion running through the inside. And in behind them, Allegro Master muscling past a couple up the straight. But Nitro Lewis in from Kazillion. Then Allegro Master and another duel. Now, when I went past the post, I thought I haven't called a dog. And that was our Jack Attack. And that's because it fell right there. And the head-on shot shows it well. And it hasn't finished, so my apologies for not picking that up there. Our Jack Attack. I knew I was missing a dog, rather than just the one late scratching. 2, 1, 8, 7, then 3 and 6 with 4 did not finish. 17.59, 5 lengths by 1 length by 2 lengths. 17.59 overall time is good. 7.08 lead up, 10.51 the run home. Angela Turnbull back with Nitro Lewis for Brad Canty and the racingdogs.co.nz. And well done to you, Steve, for your little part, but I know you enjoy it big time. Nitro Lewis win 14 at start number 51. Now, we'll get a vet report on our Jack Attack, who bit the dust there, but did pick himself up. $2.80 and $1.50 for the favourite. 1 Kazillion $2.48. Allegro Master $1.40. Quinella is paid at $9.30. Trifecta $34.70. And the first 4 of 2, 1, 8 and 7, $223.90. Nitro Lewis by Mean Bean out of Nitro Vixen. Up to race 6 already. We're setting a hectic pace here. Daryl starts to slow down a bit after this. Cromby Lockwood Limited. Class 4s again over 305 metres at 6.18. Oh, just to tell you too, Daryl, Mighty Explosive up 2 kilos, hasn't been sighted since the 20th of June, and that is a planned weight increase, and it's the heaviest he's been to date.
Awesome, Rosso, thanks for that. Had Nitro Lewis won a couple of Sundays ago. Just imagine how much would have been raised for the Thomas Russell fundraising appeal. Anyway, he's finally won and finally paid the believers at $2.80. Many thanks to Paul and Angela. All right, back we go to Alexandra Park. Back with you, Craig, and you get an extra 5 cents now. $1.55 fixed odds for number 10, Priscilla's Girl.
It's pretty skinny, isn't it, Daryl? But understandably so. She's been in very good form. 2 starts ago, she ran into Tikawau, who goes into the Spring Cup tonight as favourite over Pembroke Benny. So when you look at that form, pretty strong. Had to sit parked outside him, and she only went down a small margin. Since then, she won a junior drivers race at Alexandra Park, rated 3:23, did it very easily. She had 2 weeks between races. I think spacing her races is the way to go, and she follows out one that should get out quite nicely. So $1.70 on the tote, $1.55 on the book. Could you back her individually? Probably not, but you can run her through your multis, and you probably can anchor on top in your trifectas and first 4. So let's find what we can put in behind her. I thought Walk of Fame definitely from the inside. She was very good on debut. She beat Colour Coded. Then she ran second to Voluntard. I expect Voluntard to go big tonight in the first leg of pick 6. They went 42 that night. She's drawn the inside. I thought she's clearly the main danger, Walk of Fame. Outside her, cheers Kathy. She's up for a bonus tonight. Money bags for her. She's a 2-win mare. Nice winning last start, betting Never Sighted, and more than likely will go forward from the draw. Comes in a barrier 4 now with a scratching of Glamour Girl. So I think you put 10 on top, 1, 5 and 9. Even flow would be my roughie in the race. $15, $3.10 a place. Drawn to follow out Walk of Fame. Sent north by Ben Waldron. They've done this with a couple of runners in the last month or so. Frank and Nadal, one of them that's done a very good job since coming north. This mare trialled at Methven before coming north and was a trial winner, defeating Franco Harrison. Won the second row here, first time at the park. Following out Walk of Fame, I think it's going to be in a nice spot. Possibly 3 back on the fence. Even flow, the best roughie in the race. I marked them 10, 1, 5 and 9. Work around those numbers in your trifectas. Add in Courtney John, who was backed off the board last start and a debut winner for Todd Mitchell and Phil Burrows at Auckland here on the 4th of September. And the money has come for this runner again tonight. $1,000 bet at $12 earlier in the afternoon. So I marked them 10 to beat 1, 5, 9 and 3. Race number 1. Aaron's numbers in the first, 10, 5, 1 and 7. Of course, tonight also the Quaddy starts race 2 at 6:35. Priscilla's Girl, trained by Brian Hughes. Understand, talking to John Green tonight, that Huey Green, of course he owns Priscilla's Girl, and Huey Green will go to Cambridge next Thursday for the Sire Stakes heat, and he's an exciting horse, Huey Green. Looking forward to see him next Thursday night at Cambridge Raceway. Aaron White, as I come to you, very good evening to you. The Grand Park Chinese Restaurant Mobile Paces race number 1. We've got a dominant favourite in Priscilla's Girl. She deserves to be at $1.70 on her last start performance.
Yeah, she certainly does, Craig. Evening to you, evening everybody. Looking forward to the 10-race Spring Cup program tonight here from the park. Some really, really good deep fields tonight too. Well worth having a punt here tonight. You might get a bit of value through those chases, through those $40,000 quaddies. And of course the chase for the $40,000 in pick 6 tonight. Yes, Priscilla's Girl, she's the class horse of the field in race 1. That's why she's on top for me, Zach Butcher and Bunty Hughes. We've gone her over the 5. Cheers Kathy, a dominant victor last time. She runs for the money bags tonight, Scott Phelan. 1 Walk of Fame, plenty to like about what she's done in 2 runs thus far. And 7 Never Sighted, who was a good second last time out and behind Cheers Kathy. Beat Denny Crane down at Cambridge 2 starts ago. Brent Mangos. 10, 5, 1 and 7 for me to open the night. Craig, really looking forward to the Spring Cup tonight. Can Takawa take on the big boys and beat them? We'll find out at 10 minutes to 9. Pembroke Benny's got a wonderful record in the Spring Cup. Race of the night for me though tonight, Craig, is race 3. I think if you mice guy that race, you'll find 5, 6, if not 7 winners, I reckon, in the next 4 or 5 weeks to come out of the 3rd race.
Totally agree with you, Aaron. I think race 3 is one of the main races on the night. Even though it's only a maiden race, it is a leg of the quaddie, and there's a couple that are going to head towards the Sire Stakes here, Aaron, the likes of Pomeroy and Johnny Be Good at possibly Cambridge next Thursday night, along with Huey Green. These are only maidens, but they're going to be horses that we're going to see in far better races later in the season. You chuck in Mighty Regal. I like him from the inside. He's a very nice horse. This one trained by Tony Hurley. My Kiwi mate's been good at the workouts. Concord was great last start. Stephen Reed's got a couple in there he thinks goes okay, so you're quite correct. That maiden race, race 3, has a lot of depth to it. Punters sit back, watch that race. Horses that run
red light on
midfield,
for the Grand Park.
5th, 6th and 7th, more than likely will go on to win at very short notice. Red light on for the first tonight. Your favourite will start in the group.
Thanks, Craig, with the runners scoring up in behind the yellow bar arm. to open Spring Cup night for 2014. Looking forward to the 10 race program tonight too. Plenty of depth through all the races tonight, which could see some great value through those 3 chases for 40,000, 2 in quaddies, 1 in pick 6 tonight. Priscilla's Girl, the dominant favourite in the first at $1.60, $1.10. Zach Butcher up for Bunty Hughes. Courtney John, late money sees that into $5.50, $2.30, number 3, and 1 Walk of Fame, $6.90 and $1.60. They work into the lanes. Spring Cup night 2014 about to get underway with the Grand Park Chinese Restaurant mobile pace. Green light is there and they're often pacing. Pacific Rapture driven hard off the gate will come across and secure the early lead for Jab and Anthe over Walk of Fame. Even Flow's got a nice run through from the second line. There followed Courtney John, then Priscilla's Girl, the favourite, will settle down in 5th as they find the stables corner their first time this evening. Back in the field then, in midfield is I Am the One, followed Machine Gun Kelly. Cheers Kathy eased off the gate to be third last. Soul Hanover's back with Never Sighted, 1,800 to go. Pacific Rapture into the back by 2. In the trail is a Walk of Fame and Tony Hurley, a length and a half away then to Even Flow. 2 lengths Courtney John, Priscilla's Girl. Then I Am the One, making ground on the inside is Soul Hanover. We'll soon see if Courtney John's one away from the mark, as it is, as Soul Hanover comes through. So Priscilla's Girl has 1-1 cover. Not for long, she comes forward 3 wide. As also coming forward was Never Sighted. Cheers Kathy, I Am the One, Machine Gun Kelly there back at the tail. Lead time in 44.8. 1,400 to go as they sweep across the showgrounds turn, and around to the lead goes the favourite Priscilla's Girl and Zach Butcher. Cheers Kathy moves up to be outside it in second. Pacific Rapture now trailing third, then Never Sighted with 1-1 cover around it. Stablemate Walk of Fame as Cheers Kathy in fact will roll on to the lead here. So Never Sighted left park. Courtney John now 1-1, then Even Flow. Machine Gun Kelly works forward 3 wide, then I Am the One and Soul Hanover as they run past the Grand Park Chinese Restaurant. 1,000 metres left to go. 31 and 2 and Never Sighted's galloped at the bell. Onto the stables corner their final time. Cheers Kathy over Priscilla's Girl. Machine Gun Kelly working forward 3 wide around Courtney John. Pacific Rapture 3 back on the inside track through then by Walk of Fame. Then I Am the One, Soul Hanover. Back in the field Even Flow, and back last was Never Sighted. Second quarter 30.8. Into the back they go and Cheers Kathy. Scotty Phelan leading a length. Machine Gun Kelly. Priscilla's Girl, she's enjoying that perfect run in the trail, waiting for the passing lane. Courtney John's had a pretty economical run in transit, 2-1-1 for the Wizard Todd Mitchell. Back on the inside then was Pacific Rapture as they sweep off the back, then Walk of Fame and Soul Hanover. I Am the One and Even Flow. They quarter down the back in a quick 28.6. They come for home. Cheers Kathy to line them up over Machine Gun Kelly. Courtney John gets out of the 1-1. Priscilla's Girl just waiting this passing lane run now as they come for home. Cheers Kathy, Courtney John, Priscilla's Girl. Now the passing lane's there. Walk of Fame down the outside. Pacific Rapture deep on the passing lane. Priscilla's Girl at the 100 takes over. Walk of Fame lengthening nicely into her hopples. Priscilla's Girl, Walk of Fame all over the top of the favourite. Walk of Fame beats Priscilla's Girl. Even Flow, a nice run. First look at the park up for third just in front of Pacific Rapture. They were followed then by Courtney John. Cheers Kathy knocking up. Back in the field then to Machine Gun Kelly, Soul Hanover. I Am the One, Never Sighted. Not a chance after galloping at the judge with a circuit to go. 244.2. Final quarter and 28.6. And she's lengthened into the hopples beautifully. Walk of Fame, the Better's Delight filly. 3 starts, 2 wins and a fine second. And a filly going places too. She's run down a very nice filly in Priscilla's Girl. And rocketing home. Even Flow down the outside. First look at the park to get third in front of Pacific Rapture and Courtney John. The Grand Park Chinese Restaurant mobile pace. That's a very nice win by a nice horse. Walk of Fame.
Official placings, race 1, the Grand Park Chinese Restaurant mobile pace. 1:10.9.635. 1:10.9.635. Horse 1, Walk of Fame, paced the 2200 metres in 2:44.17. Mile rate of 2 minutes, 0.1. Last 857.3, the 428.6. The margins are half length, 1.5 lengths a neck. 1:10.9.635, race 1, the Grand Park Chinese Restaurant mobile pace.
So Tony Hurley coming back at the head of the field after the first on the program, the Woodland Stud sponsored driver back into the victory circle after the Grand Park Chinese Restaurant mobile pace. The Better's Delight Bay 3-year-old filly out of In Hollywood, raced by breeder Charlie Roberts. Tony Hurley, the trainer driver out of Papakura, gets the first on the program nicely. Auckland Trotting Club steward David Turner down there, part of the victory celebrations. Very nice win for a Walk of Fame. Does it nicely too for the Woodland Stud. And Mitavite sponsored rangeman Tony Hurley, the Iceman. 10 Priscilla's Girl for second. Mark 3 Priscilla Bromack Bay 4-year-old mare, raced by JP Green, Mrs PC Green, Mrs ME Green and Miss FK Green. Brian Hughes trained at Ardmore, Zach Butcher, and 9 Even Flow, Royal Majesty Bay 5-year-old mare out of Arley's Home, raced by N.A. Timms. Ben Waldron trained at Ashburton, and doing the driving Todd McFarlane. Number 1 Walk of Fame, $6.10 and $1.70. $6.10, $1.70. 10 Priscilla's Girl at $1.10, $1.10. 9 Even Flow at $4.40, $4.40. Quinella Returns $2.70, $2.70. Trifecta $110.30, $110.30. The first 4, $596.70, $596.70.
Have transpired at the very start of the race, and if there wasn't anything that sort of transpired at the start of that race, then I'm not sure exactly why we showed Bitcoin running 8th, because that was perhaps a little bit disappointing on reflection. I know comes back, or as I said, comes back into what was to be a Class 3 and 4 contest, but they're all Class 4 assessed greyhounds. I suppose the thing in her favour is prior to that her form had been really quite solid, and she's got such a good box 1 record. She's had 6 goes in red for 5 placings, including a couple of wins, but I probably need to go back and have a look at that video again, Rosso, because I'm just not quite sure why we showed the last placing there, because she didn't appear to get to the line all that well.
I can help you out there, Daryl. It was actually the graphic that was wrong. She actually won it. So Elizabeth Whelan did the videos tonight, and she's gone back to Bitcoin drawing 1 and winning here, and it is the draw that is the key to her here. So we had 8th up there on the graphic for some reason, but she was the winner. So obviously, I don't think I called it last, but however, maybe I did. I certainly didn't mean to. Pretty sure she won that night anyway. I can look back over my records here. Let's see if I can have a quick look. Anyhow, I'm pretty keen about the 8 here. Certainly rate the 1. Got her in for 3rd. The draw is going to make a big difference to her. And where are we? Oh, hang on a minute. So she ran last week, but I don't think that's the race that we showed. It was. Okay. No, I'm getting the direction down here. So, no, look, that's fine. Not quite sure. I guess that we just showed it simply because the draw will make a change. I guess because I don't think we've got comments in the comment line anymore, so that probably doesn't help us graphically in terms of why we are actually specifically showing an 8th. I'm just trying to think what may have happened there. But anyhow, she ran last week. It was from box number 7, and she's got the inside draw today, and the inside draw is going to help Bitcoin quite markedly, I would imagine. Just having a look back at her recent, when she most recently had box 1, she ran 2nd on the 15th of August, box 1. She was 5th prior to that, box number 1 in class 4. And her last win, I think, might have been from box 1 in class 3 right back in February. Anyhow, we've tidied up Bitcoin. The 7 and the 8, I think, hold the key to this race. There's Bitcoin there. Stellar Force off the 7 is downgraded. Now, generally blistering early speed hasn't always been the case the last couple. I am a wee bit concerned that she's in decline, and she does seem a confidence dog, Stellar Force, and when she came back from a spell, she was electric there for a while. And I just get the feeling that Stellar Force can drag Felia into this race. Felia is a recent downgrader, very happy out in box number 8. And if Stellar Force does show that early speed, then I think she'll drag Felia into the race, and Felia can finish over the top. So I went 8-7, 1 Bitcoin definitely from the draw, and then the 2 Mighty Explosive. Now, we haven't seen him since June. He hasn't won in 7 New Zealand starts. He's up 2 kilos in body weight. That is by design for Paul Freeman, Angela Turmold, and recently they have brought a couple of greyhounds back fresh up in weight, and they have delivered, so I wouldn't write him off on that. He's quite a small male greyhound anyway, Mighty Explosive, so I was keeping him safe, as were the bookies. Talk It Over off box number 3, ran 3rd at Manawatu when downgrading on Monday, so he's back in class 4 and competitive. MBD is a recent downgrader as well, and ran 3rd last time out at Manawatu at the beginning of the month, and MBD's up 0.9 of a kilo today. Legerdemain off box number 6, recently up to this grade, and look, she's got some early speed as well, which will be interesting. So there could be early speed the 6 and the 7 here, and Legerdemain's been pretty consistent so far in her career, but she's really starting to step up into some pretty good company. Cromby Lockwood Limited, class 4, over 305 metres as they go to the traps. Bitcoin the inside with Talk It Over. We Digger box 5, and Stellar Force out in 7, a 340 favourite. Second line going forward here, Mighty Explosive, MBD in the blue rug. Green for Legerdemain and Felia the outside. Last couple down here. Starter surveys the field, all cleared through. Ray Udy rolls the lure. Around it comes, just about set. Racing, Stellar Force, a fair break only. Bitcoin comes out hard the inside. Feeder up and around the outside. There's Mighty Explosive exploding to the lead. They'd be followed back in the field. Stellar Force well back tonight. Well back to We Digger, MBD. And Talk It Over's back there too. Around the corner, Mighty Explosives run off and Bitcoin's in front. Charging after it, Legerdemain. Bitcoin, Legerdemain tight 3rd. Stellar Force or Mighty Explosive or Felia, who went bush at the turn. Well back then we had MBD, Talk It Over, We Digger. Well, I guess it doesn't matter about the video watchdog at 1. Bitcoin at Good Buddy too, $6.80. 17.85 the winning time here. Run home of 10.76, 17.85. And Bitcoin off the inside. Mighty Explosive exploded to the lead. Felia got up outside it. Mighty Explosive went bush, took Felia with it. Bitcoin said thanks. Ledger Domain came through as well. Stella Force, who was in all sorts of trouble, isn't a dog to run on. Might have ended up in third because of the 2 and the 8 going wide, but I tell you what, that'll work over Jet Cooper. I almost visually go the 2, the 7's close up and the 8's wide, so I'll be noting the 8 down as unlucky there, got on the wrong side of Mighty Explosive. She does run wide anyway, Felia, but I don't know she was going to go that wide round the corner. Bitcoin just parked up the inside, hopped out pretty well. 7 showed up early, but she's just not showing that same electric speed, and it's amazing she's in a photo for third, being that far back, Stella Force, but she did run the inside pretty well. And I tell you what, Jack and Peter are studying that hard. So we'll just go to the board, 1785, run home 10.76. I've told you that, but I'll at least write it down. And the numbers 1, 6 are up there. And don't know about the others at this stage. The lead-up time should be coming. And it's 7.09. The lead-up time, we'll just have to wait the officials in behind. Bitcoin. A Brindle Bitch by Magic Spike out of Rosiana Bell, cap off Syndicate, owns Sandy Deganzic trains at Turakina. Il Deganzic is leading the Greyhound back, I think under that hat. And Jack and Peter are still studying that photo for third, fourth and fifth. So we might come back to you, Daryl, on that. We look forward to the second half of the program. Things start to slow down a bit here with some half-hour gaps. Wanganui Security Class 3s and 4s, 305 metres. 4 and 5 come out, 9 Starburst Blanche coming into box 5 and 10 Corborn Pilfer into box number 4. And that's the new semaphore board here with the electronic timing, but we're still trying to work out third. Sorry about confusing the issue further there with Bitcoin, Daryl, but whatever the case, she won and paid good money too in race 6.
It didn't matter, did it? She's paid very, very good money, and further enhancing her terrific box 1 stats. Once third and fourth have been determined, we'll have that result with Craig. In the meantime, let's get you back to Alexandra Park. $40,000 guaranteed in the early quaddie. Craig, how do we go?
Yeah, Daryl, I think it's achievable. I'm quite keen on the last leg of the quaddie Voluntard, and maybe if you took a Saviour Ideal Flyby, but very keen on Voluntard from barrier 2 on the last leg, but we'll get to that a little bit later in this segment. The first leg, I think this is open to a little bit of an upset here, Daryl. It's a race where we've got a $4 favourite, just the depth of the field. Kiriharpa Gambler at 360 is favourite on the book, but not favourite on the tote. Party Boy is the favourite on the tote at 410. He's been very good form. Doesn't have a lot of gate speed, barrier 3, so he's a chance. You've got Elliot Daniel in there. We'll go back and have a look at Party Boy's last start effort. That's some out widest on the track in the hands of Dylan Ferguson, running on strongly. This is behind Lisa's Lawyer, who's in front, and She Don't Love Me.
Homeward bound though, Lisa's Lawyer, She Don't Love Me will take the passing lane run now for Fergie. 3 lengths away, Classy Ambition, Jacqueline, Party Boy, Rip Roaring down the outside, 100 to go. She Don't Love Me, the first favourite, strides to the lead, strides away and comes away strongly too. She Don't Love Me wins, Rip Roaring up for second in front of Party Boy, then Lisa's Lawyer. Jacqueline the next, they were followed by...
I thought this race, as I say, is certainly open to an upset. I put 10, Lisa's Lawyer on top. Was in that video, was first run for a long time and just peaked on the run late. It's $12, bit of value. Party Boy definitely in the mix. Elliot Daniel may go back off the draw tonight, drawn out at barrier 7, and Red Sky at night. Tony Hurley back on tonight. I thought Senior Driver winning chance in a leg that's open. $4 favourite, take a few in the first leg. Second leg tonight, race number 3. This is a really good field. This is a maiden field with a lot of depth. You've got Johnny Be Good in there, who opened up, I think, around about $5 on the book this morning, into $2.50. Todd Mitchell trains Gareth Dixon. Todd Mitchell drives for Gareth Dixon, been very good at the workouts, draws midfield. You've got Mighty Regal from the inside, who's a nice horse. We'll go back and have a look at Johnny Be Good's performance. This is on the 20th of March, running third to Cha-Ching, Cha-Ching. He's in the trail.
Inside, Johnny Be Good, then Collect the Golden Better Spirits, homeward bound. Cha-Ching, Cha-Ching with a good kick off the corner, leads a length and a half, Express Stride. Johnny Be Good, Collect the Gold. Better Spirits is running on strongly. Cha-Ching, Cha-Ching in front. Express Stride tries very hard. Give Cha-Ching, Cha-Ching a soft lead like that, you'll never beat them, and they couldn't. Express Stride, second, third, Johnny Be Good. They were followed Better Spirits.
You look at the horses that beat him home in that race, the likes, of course, Cha-Ching, Cha-Ching, Express Stride, very good horses. Better Spirits was in that field. He goes to a maiden tonight, as I say, he won a workout last Saturday. Mighty Regal, Pomeroy's an interesting runner, headed north from Mark Jones's team, stabled at Gareth Dixon's. He's been working very nicely. He's not without a chance. And the best roughie in the race, 11, Concord. Marked them 6, 1, 4 and 11 in the second leg. The third leg tonight, this is for the trotters. 2,200 metres from a mobile tonight. You can have a look at a video here of King of Cool last start, but this is a race that, again, I think he'll go forward from the draw. He's got good gate speed with a scratching now of the Raw Charger from barrier 1. He comes into 5. This is a good video. 3 of these runners are in this race tonight. Sea Spray Cracker, Mitchell, and the parked out horse at this stage is King of Cool. We'll bring in Aaron White here from about the 400.
Then Phil's Folioto Invasion, but homeward bound. Sea Spray Cracker by 3 on Mitchell. Sea Spray Cracker now by 4. Mitchell, King of Cool. They'll line up for the third spot, but it's all Sea Spray Cracker. She does everything right tonight. Andre Potama down to the line, had the situation under control from the word go. Second over was Mitchell, then King of Cool, a brave run. Third after doing all the work, Park, then Tommy Ray.
Yeah, what we didn't see in that video was King of Cool was parked out the entire journey. I thought stuck on very well tonight. More than likely will go forward. Sea Spray Cracker was great winning there, but she's had 7 goes at the park. She hasn't broke through. All her form's left-handed. The mobile will assist her tonight, and I think she's a winning chance. Main Divide's my best roughie. Gets barrier 1 tonight, drawn to get a trip and has the ability to turn the form around. And we saw Mitchell first up last week behind Sea Spray Cracker go a blinder. Stephen Doodie's certainly got 2 very strong chances here with runners 8 and 10. 6, 10, 2 and 8 in the third leg of the quaddie tonight. Race number 5. This is a very good field here. We've got a couple of exciting mares working their way through the grades. I refer to Voluntard and Ideal Flyby. Voluntard, barrier 2. 2:42 last start. Very good performance. The lead up was 42, which is very quick for this grade. Had a couple of attackers and was still too strong for them. Drawn to be on the speed tonight. I think clearly the one to beat. Ideal Flyby, well, she had to be very good in winning last start from a similar draw. We'll go back and have a look at Voluntard's last start win. It was very brave in the hands of Josh Dickey. He takes the drive again tonight.
Hot Mark starts to sweep around, runners back of the tail is McRoyal, 28 and 9 the quarter down the back. Voluntad for home. Handlebar Hank back on the inside. Pacific Rapture. Here's Hot Mark down the outside and Walk of Fame deep on the passing lane. Voluntad in front. Walk of Fame, Hot Mark down the outside. Voluntad, Walk of Fame, Hot Mark down the outside. Voluntad holding on. Voluntad gets the job done. Gave favourite punters a wee bit of heart fluctuation out of the home straight first occasion.
You look at that video and say, well, gee, she didn't win by much, but have a look at the form around her. The horse that ran second was Hot Mark. Went to Cambridge last week, beat Electric Chapel, the stablemate. The horse that ran third in that video was Walk of Fame, who beat the $1.40 favourite Priscilla's Girl in the first. I thought Voluntard a great bet tonight. Certainly won't pay $4.80. If you could get that, take it. 8 Ideal Flyby, 9 Take the Hint, and 3 Deb's Pow. 2, 8, 9 and 3 the fourth leg. We've done a suggested quaddie for you tonight. Going to have a look at that. It's for around about a $22 spend. It's 1, 3, 7, 10 and 12. Don't like the first leg. Go as wide as your budget will allow. 1, 4, 6 in the second leg. 2, 6, 10 in the third leg. And prepared to anchor number 2 Voluntard. 22.50. That'll give you 50%. Race 2 kicks off at 6:35. Have a look at a market for the first leg of the quaddie now, and it'll certainly have Party Boy and Kurahapu Gambler as your favourites. Kurahapu Gambler, well, he's a funny horse. He likes to race on the speed, but he tends to switch off when he's in front, so he's probably better driven in from behind. And saying that, they've got to use the draw, so McKendry will probably have to press the go button early on. He's drawn the right spot to get a lovely trip. I think Party Boy's been racing very well. Others in the mix, my top pick's at $16 on the book. That's number 10, Lisa's Lawyer. As I say, first up run last start behind She Don't Love Me was very good. Found the front. They went 43. Looked to have them in a spot of bother at the 400 metre mark and just peaked on the run. It was left to Rip Roaring and Party Boy to get him late. He ran fourth. It was a good effort. He's to the second row and he follows out McRaw. So Lisa's Lawyer, if you're looking for one at longer odds, and Red Sky Knight. Tony Hurley takes the drive. Jacob Wallace has been driving. No disrespect to Jacob, but Tony Hurley back on board tonight. Saved with one run. It can get over him. This is a very tricky leg as I bring in Aaron White. If he's there for the first leg of the quaddie, wouldn't mind getting his thoughts on the quaddie tonight. 5 minutes out from the first leg. Of course, it is Christmas at the races. 14th of November, mobile pace. Aaron's numbers in the second. He's going 3, 1, 12 and 10. 3, 1, 12 and 10. Similar numbers to me in race number 2. We'll have a look at the Drivers' Challenge before I get Aaron in. Tony Hurley on 3, Zach Butcher on 2, Todd McFarlane on 1 after Tony took out the first. Aaron, as I come to you, thought we have a quick look at the quaddie preview with you if you're available. First leg, I thought it's a very open leg, and that's why we got a $4 favourite. Sorry, Aaron has actually just got commitments on track at the moment, so he'll be with us very, very shortly as we look at Red Sky at Night going around. Tony Hurley, he takes the drive. It's been in great form. The last 2/3 been strong form. Priscilla's Girl was one of those races. Tends to be a sit and sprint type Red and Sky at Night. You've got to drive for one run, and when she gets that run, she's got a very good finish on her. You can't work mid-stages with her, so Tony from the second row, it's probably not the worst place to be. Will be dictated to what happens around him, and if you get a 3-wide card into it, certainly will run on strongly. Has actually been backed into favourite now, Red Sky at Night, and certainly a winning chance. There's Elliot Daniel. Well, all the money was on him last week. He was the spec horse on track. They thought they'd lead with him. They did that. And he held on to beat Concord. Of course, first up for Stephen Reid, formerly trained by Richard Brosnan. Chances are tonight from barrier 7, though, whether they go forward. There's a lot of gate speed inside him with the likes of McRoyal, Party Boy, Licensed to Kill, and Russian Al Su can all leave the gate. So just wondering whether Simon Lawson may like to drive him a little bit different tonight. Elliot Daniel. And he steps up to the C1s tonight. Talking to Stephen off track earlier in the program, he said the horses worked on nicely and he is a winning chance. Elliot Daniel. McRoyal and Noah Patchy Me, horses in shot at the moment. McRoyal's had no luck in its last 2 or 3 starts. It's been hindered by bad draws tonight against barrier 2. Here's a horse that can get off the gate quite nicely. He tends to like to follow the speed, not so much a leader. So if he gets across Curahaupo Gambler, he's more than likely to take a trail. So McRoyal, $14, $3.40 in the mix as well. As we look at that Drivers' Challenge, Tony Hurley, $1.90 from that opening quote of $2.50. Zach Butcher at $3.80. Morris McKendry at $6.50. Of course, 40,000. That pool at the moment is still climbing towards that 40,000. Of course, last night at Addington, 2 quaddies. The first one I think was around about $7,000. And the later quaddie favourites took out 3 of the 4 legs. Paid around about $120. Might go upstairs and join Aaron now, 2 minutes out from the first leg of the quaddie. Aaron, if you're there, the first leg, an open race. We've got a $4.20 favourite in Curahaupo Gambler, but the race is open to an upset.
Yeah, you're right there. I did go the way of 3 Party Boy. I think he's been pacing consistently well. He gets another nice draw to work with tonight. Dylan Ferguson for the Rogerson Blanchard team. So I'm with Party Boy over the 1 Curahaupo Gambler. We did put in the 12 Red Sky Night. And 10 Lisa's Lawyer, I thought, was a good run, resuming the son of Falcon Sealster. Will be fitter for that. A bit of value there. They rated better than a 2-minute mile rate when She Don't Love Me took that event. So Jay Abernathy doing the driving there. But you're right. It certainly could be an upset in the first leg of the bonus quaddie. But I'll be with the 3, the 1, the 12 and the 10 in the second leg. I do like my Kiwi mate. Johnny B. Good. They've been both going well at the workout. Sirius Star. Pommy Roy flying loose. I think you've got to go a bit wider there. I thought too, if there was good speed on, I thought could have done it. Was a very good run here. First look at the park, and DJB doing the driving tonight. That could be the blowout in the quaddie. Could have done it. King of Cool, Sea Spray Cracker Star Filly. All chances in the third leg. And with you, Voluntad, did make that a special tonight from the draw. Voluntad in the 4th leg of our first bonus quaddie tonight. But good luck around the nation with your combinations.
Thanks, Aaron. Later on the program, we're going to get a few drivers and trainers in for a few interviews. We're going to have Derek Ball later in the program. Zach Butcher's going to be in to talk about Pembroke Benny and his runners later on. Also, John Dickey. Got 2 trotters in the last leg of that quaddie. First starter, and of course Scary McCleary goes round in the last as well. And even might try and catch up with Stephen Reid, talking about we're easy on the eye in Gold Ace at the moment. I know Gold Ace heading back towards New Zealand, being set for maybe the junior free-for-all and the free-for-all. And easy on the eye, I know they're up in the air whether they head to Methven or they head to the Holmes DG in 3 weeks' time. More than likely, I would suggest, heading towards Methven. Just on start time now as that quaddie climbs race number 2 here at Alexandra Park. Getting up to that $40,000 mark now. Favourite at this stage, 390 Party Boy in the hands of Dylan Ferguson. Dylan driving very well at the moment. For Graham Rogerson and Peter Blanchard, barrier number 3 tonight should posse up one off midfield at Worston.
Yeah, thanks, Craig, and a nice race it is too. The second to open our first quaddie on the program tonight too. And Party Boy is the favourite. Horse number 3, Dylan Ferguson, for Graham Rogerson and Peter Blanchard, $3.70. $3.90, good support, Kirihalpo Gambler with the nice draw tonight. Horse number 1. And then Red Sky Knight at $4.60. Just getting some information through too from Wendy Ferguson. Last drive at the park for Dylan here with Party Boy. Before he heads across to Australia, green light is on and they're off and pacing. Kirihalpo Gamblers galloped out of barrier 1. Second favourite, he's losing his chance with the early gallop. Coming out strongly is Licensed to Kill from on the outside. Russian El Sue, then Elliot Daniel back on the inside. Mac Royal there, followed by Party Boy. Also off stride now was Lisa's Lawyer. Charming Desire got underneath that. Getting around it was Red Sky Knight. Back in the field, no Apache Me. Back there too as they pace up into the back was Take Charge. And Speak Up. Galloping out the back was Lisa's Lawyer. Kirihalpo Gambler, he's inside the markers here. Morris McKendry's finally restrained him. He'll go back to the tail end of the field, but I'd say he's well out of commission. They work down to the mile, and the lead time in 44 and 4, and the leader Russian El Sue away by 2. In second is Licensed to Kill up on the outside. Third and parked Elliot Daniel. McRoyal 4th and 3 back on the inside. In the 1-1 is Party Boy, then Charming Desire. A length away in the field, Red Sky Knight in the running line, then Speak Up against the markers, being covered by No Apache Me as Red Sky Knight starts a run 3 wide. So back in the field is Take Charge, and they're followed then by Elisa's Lawyer and Kirihalpo Gambler. They come off the showgrounds turn and work down the lane. Russian El Sue leads by a length. Up on the outside, Red Sky Knight. Opening quarter 33 and 6, and the Christmas at the races starts 14 November pace. In the trail, Licensed to Kill 1-1 now, Elliot Daniel. McRoyal 3 back on the inside. Party Boy, Dylan Ferguson 3 back in the running line with the favourite as they find the stables corner their final time. Back over on the inside, Charming Desire. That's being covered up on the outside there now as they work around to the 850. No Apache Me. Further back in the field is Speak Up, and they're followed by Take Charge. Back in the field then was going to be Lisa's Lawyer, and back there too now as they pace down the back. Kirihalpo Gambler 31 and 7 the second quarter. Russian El Sue leads from Red Sky Knight. Party Boy starts his claim into the race now, 3 wide. Back on the inside, Licensed to Kill in the 1-1. Elliot Daniel, No Apache Me comes up 3 wide on the back of the favourite. McRoyal 3 back on the inside, then Charming Desire, Take Charge, Speak Up, and further back in the field, Lisa's Lawyer. Third quarter, 27.8. Russian El Sue onto the corner from Red Sky Knight. Party Boy joins in strongly, waiting for the passing lane. Licensed to Kill, then Elliot Daniel. No Apache Me further back, 150 to go. Red Sky Knight with Party Boy closing in. Russian El Sue on the inside, Licensed to Kill, McRoyal. No run, Elliot Daniel. It's Red Sky Knight. Party Boy coming strongly. Red Sky Knight though. Red Sky Knight. And Tony Hurley gets the first 2 on the program. Second, Party Boy. Elliot Daniel, no luck at all in the home straight. He'll be third. Then came McRoyal, Licensed to Kill, Russian El Sue, Speak Up, Take Charge. They were all in a line. With those 2 was Charming Desire, No Apache Me. Lisa's Lawyer lost its chance with an early gallop, and Kirihalpo Gambler didn't use that improved draw tonight. He galloped from the mobile. He'll be last, 246.1. Home in 28.4. Red Sky Knight, Tony Hurley. The Woodland Stud sponsored rangeman. Also Mitovites, and he gets the first 2. Better's Delight also to pick up the first 2 on our program tonight on Spring Cup night. Party Boy second. Very, very unlucky Elliot Daniel. I'd have had something for both those first 2 if he managed to get through the gap. And McRoyal looks like it'll saloon through on the inside to pick up that 4th position, horse number 2. Christmas at the races starts under the ribbon of light at Alexandra Park. 14 November mobile pace. The Iceman bags the first 2.
Official placings, race 2. Christmas at the Races starts on the 14th of November, mobile pace. 12.37.264. And those placings subject to an inquiry. 12.37.264, subject to an inquiry. Horse 12, Red Sky Night, paced the 2200 metres in 246.14, mile rate of 21.5. Last 856.3, the 428.4. The margins ahead, a neck, a half length. 12.37.264, race 2. Christmas at the Races starts on the 14th of November, mobile pace.
Fanfare for a Red Sky Night, picking up the performance incentive bonus tonight. The Better's Delight Brown 4-year-old mare out of Lisconney. Raced by MG Sinclair. Tony Hurley, the trainer-driver out of Parapura, was down there in the winner's circle. Gordon Robertson, steward of the Auckland Trotting Club, was in attendance of the victory celebrations. Charlie Roberts, Better's Delight, Tony Hurley. They take the first two on the program. Charlie, of course, the breeder of Red Sky Night, as he was of Walk of Fame in race number 1. Inquiry surrounds number 3, Party Boy. So the inquiry into the second place, number 3, Party Boy. Better's Delight Bay, 4-year-old gelding. How do we love to party? G.A. Rogerson, E. Thompson and B.J. Connors, the owners. Trained by Graham Rogerson, Peter Blanchard at Tui Karamia in Hamilton. Dylan Ferguson. Good luck to Dylan too as he heads across to Australia to further his driving career over in Australia. It was, I believe, his last drive at the park for a time, so good luck, Dylan. 7, Elliot Daniel, Live or Die Bay, 7-year-old gelding out of Sakita in for third. S.J. Reid, M.G. Wrigley, the owners. Stephen Reid, Simon McMullen, trained at Pukekohe, and Simon Lawson. So just note the inquiry surrounds the second place, number 3, Party Boy. Totes won't be too far away from presenting themselves for me. And Red Sky Night, number 12 at $4.70 and $1.50, $4.70 and $1.50. 3, Party Boy, provisionally $1.90, $1.90. 7, Elliot Daniel, $2.40, $2.40. Provisional Quinella, $8.80, $8.80. Provisional Trifecta at $99.99. Provisional First 4, $617.50, $617.50. The Tony Hurley driver trainer, Charlie Roberts breeding double. 1 and 12, $14.10, $14.10. 1 and 3 concession at $3.70, $3.70. Inquiry into the second place, number 3, Party Boy. 4th over, number 2, McRoyal, ahead of the 6, Russian El Su.
All right, welcome back to TAB Trackside 1 this Friday night. Hope you're enjoying our coverage, which is predominantly here in New Zealand from Hatrick Raceway and also from Alexandra Park. We've got Singapore races a little bit later on to look forward to as well. And super racing coming out of Australia tomorrow. We've got the Underwood Stakes featuring the $3 favourite, the Kiwi Silent Achiever there at Caulfield. And we've also got Kiwi interest in the George Main Stakes there in Sydney tomorrow as well. So really looking forward to the coverage from both in New Zealand, the 3 meetings here in NZ, and the big meetings coming in from Australia. If you haven't caught up on the news, Hastings fine there today. Did 4 read at 4:15 this afternoon. The rail for Windsor Park Plate Day out the 5 metres at Counties. Of course, that meeting transferred to Te Araha tomorrow. It's been a relatively fine day in the Waikato. We have had a couple of showers of rain. The track a heavy 10 there at Te Araha, and the rail out 3 metres for the feature racing coming in from there. Also down at Riccarton Park, Canterbury Jockey Club in action. Fine track good as of this afternoon. The rail for the program tomorrow out the 8 metres. And in Sydney, Fine Dead 4 rail out 8 for George Main Stakes Day, which features the likes of Sacred Falls, Hawk Spur, also Lucia Valentina and Rising Romance. Good Kiwi interest there in the Sydney feature at 5:45. And at Caulfield, it's Fine Good 3 rails out 9 metres for Underwood Stakes Day. And as I mentioned, Silent Achiever will fly the flag for the Kiwis, and that feature due off at 6 o'clock tomorrow night, New Zealand time. Lots to look forward to here and across the Tasman, Rosso, but let's now concentrate on the first leg of place 6 here at Hatrick. It's also the first of a double and first leg of a TAB treble.
Indeed, important race, isn't it? Race 7 here, Darryl, and number 3, Sir Richie, for a dog who has got fairly moderate form. You'd think, why is this dog so short? He was $1.60 earlier today, now $1.80 with the book, and on the tote $2.70. Look, he is clearly the best dog in this race. Clearly. He downgrades, and he downgrades into a pretty moderate C3 and 4. Anywhere near his best? You'd have to say recently, well, he's probably not near his best, but I think he's probably being near good enough to win this. Bitcoin 610, 190 in the previous ledge domain, 210, Too Mighty Explosive, 270. Got that third decision by a nose. It was a very close go, 3rd, 4th and 5th there. So Sir Richie really should be bouncing back and winning this. Question is, how short do you want to go? Second dog I've got in is Stiff Drink. He was a Class 3 winner, 2 starts back, and he draws box 1. I'd expect a solid run from him, but he's nothing more than a 1770 dog. There's faster dogs in this, but he'll be solid enough to get a placing, I would think. The dog next to him, Rock and Rod, number 2. He doesn't go around here often, but he actually ran a really good placing here recently, and then he's been back at Monaco lately. Just thought off box number 2 here, he might begin okay again and run a place, because really after Sir Richie, you got to scratch about for some, well, say Sir Richie, you got to scratch about for the form, but at least it's been up in Class 5, and certainly in far stronger fields than this. My Mate Sparrow, number 7's a recent downgrader. Now he's having his first look at this track tonight. John McInerney got a couple of wins early with some fresh blood he hadn't brought to the CD for a while. Most of them had been here before. Well, My Mate Sparrow hasn't. He's more capable than his form line suggests. He missed out after a slow beginning from this draw at Ascot Park on Tuesday, but I'll certainly be taking notes on him here. Thought the 10, Corborn Pilfer, even though he's one of the Class 3 dogs, he's a recent downgrader. He comes into box number 4. I think he's getting used to this track. He might not be too far away from paying a dividend. Emma Marie out in box 8. She's a veteran. She tries hard. Box 8 just not her place. She's actually in a pretty good vein of form, the old girl, but box 8 again. She drew it last week and she just never got into the hunt, and that's her problem. She'll have to try and get around this field from box 8, which hasn't been good to her in the past. There's Corborn Pilfer, quite a nice looking dog with a rug off. Starburst Blanche, number 9, going into box 5. Where's the green and white rug, but she's been struggling in Class 3. 6 run Stacey Run returns here. Now with Leanne Bell. Started out early on with Paul Freeman, Angela Turmoil. It's been with Trent Agent, now Leanne Bell. To the traps, Wanganui Security, Stiff Drink in 1. Sir Richie 3, then Starburst Blanche, box 5, green and white with My Mate Sparrow in 7. Second line, Rock and Rod, Sir Richie. Rock and Rod and Corborn Pilfer will make that. The other two, the bunny's coming, so we better concentrate on the start. Set and racing. Stiff Drink went down on his nose. Corborn Pilfer, Starburst Blanche, they come out fast, and then Run Stacey Run's going up and around the outside. Sir Richie trying to get between runners and can't. Emma Marie up and around the outside. Stiff Drink's trying to get back into it with Rock and Rod. Well back to the corner here. We've got Emma Marie's My Mate Sparrow up. They come. Starburst Blanche in front and scores. Tight second and third. We've got Sir Richie or Corborn Pilfer. Then we had Stiff Drink, and beside that would have been Rock and Rod. And they'd be followed back in the field by Emma Marie, My Mate Sparrow, and Run Stacey Run. Got blown apart across the top. Starburst Blanche at huge odds here for Sue Gommans. Been battling in Class 3. Gets into a Class 3 and 4 and leads out. The 1, the 2, the 3 were all slow away. 9 leg to the lead. Now what happened to Run Stacey Run here? She gets up to second. Something's gone amiss with her there. Ooh. Might have a muscle injury there. She went back too quickly without any... Well, she's running up the straight. Yeah, a wee bit awkward up the straight, although she's keeping pace with the 7, the 8. Anyhow, the 9's in. Tight second and third. Corborn Pilfer might have made it a Ballots Quinella here with Sir Richie closer in. Now, he was slow to go. 1 was awkward, 2 was very slow, and the 10, the 9 showed out, and the 9 had too much speed for Corborn Pilfer. So the two C3s have come in off the ballot here now. So Run Stacey Run was going to be in the hunt there, and something's gone amiss with her, so she'll get checked over by the vet, but I suspect some sort of muscle injury there. Winning time, I can tell you, is 18.05. Well, that's just a stroll for Class 4s. A length by a nose by half a length, and I can confirm 3's got second, so it's 9, 3 and 10. So the ballots have been split. 9, 3, 10, 1, 2, 8, 7 and 6. 18.05. 1 length, a nose and half a length. And the results through: Starburst Blanche 21.40 and 4.10 for Sue Gommans, bringing the Greyhound back at the head of the field. 3 Sir Richie, favourite, got up for second, 150. 10 Corborn Pilfer, 370. Quinella 26.50. Trifecta 543.40. 9, 3, 10, 1 first 4, 2,967.90. $623 carried forward to race number 8. We're going to have a look at the market for that. Run home in that previous was 10.90. 10.90, and lead up time hasn't popped up. Race 8's a field of only 6 with the scratching of number 1, Kaiser Max, and box 5 was already vacant. That lead up 7.15, so slowest lead up time tonight, slowest time overall. Run home 10.90. So we've got a field of 6. 3 standouts here really. The 3, the 4, the 8. I went 4, 8 and 3 with Thrilling Dylan, who's been in rare form, and he did beat Premier Division and Big Time Jet here last Friday night. Then they all raced again on Monday, and Premier Division won that from Big Time Jet and Thrilling Dylan, but Thrilling Dylan seems to be better here, and he's at $3 along with Big Time Jet. And the 280 favourite with the book is Premier Division. That race due to go at 7.18. Darryl, field of 6, but I think it's going to be a good race.
Thanks, Rosso. Looking forward to that. In the meantime, we head on back to Alexandra Park. Craig, we're safely through the first leg of the early quaddie, although there was an inquiry. Have you got an update there?
Yeah, no change to placings, Darryl, as they passed the post. Red Sky at Night, Elliot Daniel third, and yes, the horse that was into the inquiry, Party Boys, held second, so no change to placings in race number 2. Red Sky at Night backed in late and gets the first leg of the quaddie at around about $4. Can have a look at the later quaddie, race number 7. Of course, it is the Spring Cup, our feature here tonight at Alexandra Park. Tikau 280 on the book, 370 on the tote. Pembroke Benny 320. He opened up at $3. He's 420 on the book. It's a very compressed market. Everill's Quest at 5, Norfolk Nightingale at 8.50, and Beyond the Silence at the 8.50 quote as well. So the outsider in the 6-horse or 7-horse field is the wild card, and only at around about $18. We're going to go back and have a look at the old boy, Pembroke Benny, back in February. His run 2 starts ago when he won the City of Sales, Auckland Free for All. He's in the trail behind Easy on the Eye. He shoots up the passing lane, and he was way too good.
Back on the inside, Pembroke Benny waiting the passing lane, and further back, Fly Like an Eagle, homeward bound. Easy on the Eye, Pembroke Benny, here he comes now. He flashes on the passing lane, then Jason Rules, Easy on the Eye, Besotted's flashing home late. Pembroke Benny through on the inside, had the cold shot, the passing lane, it's all over the Auckland Co-op Taxi, 300, 3,000, City of Auckland Free for All at Group 2, Pembroke Benny's in, second over Easy on the Eye, massive late run, Besotted for third.
Yeah, he was good there. Of course, he's coming into tonight's race without any trials or workouts. Is he 100%? Definitely not. He'll probably be around about 75, 85% fitness level, but you've got to remember, he's won nearly $900,000. He's a Group 1 performer. He's a 10-year-old now, but I think he's good enough to win first up. Tikau, well, he's the horse that's coming through the grades. He's only a C3 assessment, but he's off the front and he's got 25 metres. That may be enough. Let's all open Everill's Quest, horses that have been at the workouts and trials in the last 2 or 3 weeks. For me, I think 1 and 4 is where I'd be looking at. Outside them, Let's all open Everill's Quest. They are upset chances, and what is a very even Spring Cup this year. As I say, we've had not many trials for these horses in the last 2 or 3 weeks, and race day form with Tikau is going to stack up pretty well if it becomes a truly run affair. The second leg of the quaddie tonight is race number 8. This is a good field. Again, another strong maiden field. You've got Heart of Dixie, $2.60 the book, $8 on the tote. Of course, this is a half to Maxim and Splendour. Got a lot to live up to. very good on debut. Draws awkwardly at 7, but the main rival, Grumpy Possum's out at barrier number 8 as well. So they're both drawn very awkwardly here. We're going to go and have a look at Grumpy Possum's last start run. This was good first up at Cambridge on debut. Set park the whole way behind Nikita Maguire. That's her with the yellow wheels and the Bunty Hughes colours, and she fights on very strongly to run second.
Nikita Maguire, Grumpy Possum coming strongly the outside, then Ava Rose, Nikita Maguire 100 to go, looks to have the situation well and truly parcelled up. It has. Zach, has he moved? I don't think he has. Nice win, Nikita Maguire. Grumpy Possum for second. I think a chance to dream may just knock off Strawberry Miss third. They were followed Ava Rose, Eden Page working home well late, then Ideal Distraction. Arms of an Angel's also found the line.
Very good on debut, Grumpy Possum. It's a leg where I think the two main chances have drawn awkwardly, so they can be beaten. You've got to chuck in Atomic Betty from the inside draw. This is the second of the Barry Purdon runners. Sean Grayling will take the drive. It's been good at the workouts. Ideal Quest is a race day winner, so 1 start, 1 win, but drawn 12. Was a workout winner last Saturday at Pukekohe. This race, go wide. 7, 8, 1 and 12 for me. A very tricky leg of the quaddie because the favoured runners have drawn 7, 8 and 12. Third leg of the quaddie tonight at Alexandra Park, playing for that $40,000 is for the Trotters. Got a late scratching here in number 11, Moment of Truth. Nice field this. My Mum's a Star has been in great form for Steve Cornwall. Brett Mangos takes the drive again tonight. I got rhythm off the 10-metre handicap. 2 starts at the park in the last 2 weeks, both winning runs, but is off a mark tonight, and you're chucking Leilua Invasion off the front for Sean McCaffrey and Scott Fielding. And have a look at My Mum's a Star last start performance, running second at the park, beaten by Bruno Palliard. Nice run this. Good performance in the hands of Brett Mangos. Hits the front now, My Mum's a Star, and gets run down by the horse out wide on the track.
Kano on her back. They're followed by Getaway Doug, Bruno Pallard and Dragon Lady. It's My Mum's a Star, a length and a half. Bruno Pallard's closing in. My Mum's a Star, Bruno Pallard, 75 to go. My Mum's a Star and Bruno Pallard. They pair off to fight it out. Bruno Pallard, he'll get another victory. Bruno Pallard and Jimmy Stormont in. My Mum's a Star second, Kip Kano third, then Dragon Lady. Amy's Invasion.
Yeah, she's racing really well. Steve Cornwall's only ever got 3 or 4 horses in work and doing a really good job, and she's overdue for a win. I may prefer over 2,200 than 2,700 tonight, but it's not an overly big field. I got rhythm in great form, Leilua Invasion. I thought Creamy now with a scratching of Moment of Truth gets its chance, and we'll talk to John Dickey later in the program about her chances in the trot. The lucky last tonight, it is a maiden trot. It's not an easy affair. The best horse in the race, I have no doubt, is number 7, Scary McCleary, but which one will turn up? He won 16 races as a pacer. He's had 2 goes as a trotter. He went 158 as first up effort when running a placing at the park, his last mile super run, and then 2 minutes last start. The wet track probably didn't help his chances last start. We're going to go back and have a look at his performance. He was a mile off them at about the 800-metre mark. He did a very good job in running third on a very wet night. Scary McCleary's last in picture at the moment made up a ton of ground to run third.
I tell you, want to be on San Diego Love here. She's about to draw out of the 1-1 for the Iceman as Lucky Fortune gallops further back in the field. They're holding down fourth at this stage. Pippa Middleton, San Diego Love, Bress up to the lead. She goes past La Maitre D in the early wicket. San Diego Love, she powers away the Love You mare. Beautifully bred out of San Invasion down to the line, and the Iceman gets the last nicely. Second over will be La Maitre D. Scary McCleary does get up for third. They were followed the early wicket. May have galloped in the home.
Yeah, La Maitre D was in that video. Nice effort running second for Brent Marshall and James Stormont. Off the front tonight, 2,200 metres would be a chance as well. Georgie's Smile and Chosen Path, probably the best roughie in the race. Scary McCleary, had it been 2,700 metres, I think he would be the clear hot favourite in the last, but 2,200 metres certainly evens it up a bit. We're going to have a look at the suggested quaddie for tonight. 145 in the first leg, 127, 8, 12 in the second leg, 3, 8, 10 because 11 is scratched in the third leg, so 3, 8, 10 if you want to add another one in. Put number 1 Creamy in, and the last leg 2 and 7. That's 25% for $30. Daryl, the last quaddie tonight. Looking forward to that. Of course, race 7, the first leg, is the Spring Cup. The third tonight, though, it's only around about 5 minutes away, and this is a very, very good field. Johnny Be Good, a $2.50 favourite in the third.
Good as gold. Thanks, Craig. Appreciate that input, and that allows us to get organised nice and early for that second quaddie. And don't forget about pick 6 tonight as well. Obviously includes those last 4 races and the 2 races just prior as well, and $40,000 guaranteed in that tonight too. Johnny Be Good, 280 on the fix, 280 and $1.70 here in the third, down to Mighty Regal and Pomeroy on the second line of the bookies at $5, $7 for My Kiwi Mate, who's to the second line, and Sirius Stars, the other one in single figures with the bookmakers anyway, at $8.50. Currently $10 and $2 on the tote. So there's the updated market, Craig, for race number 3 on the card. You mentioned that Johnny Be Good's been pretty well backed throughout the course of the day with the bookies. Is he your top pick?
Yes, he is, Daryl. He was around about $4, $5, I think, this morning. He's been backed in during the day on the back of a workout win at Pukekohe last Saturday. Of course, he's been off the scene since the beginning of April. He raced some pretty strong 2-year-olds at the end of his 2-year-old career, and he was never far away. I think he's strengthened up now. He looks very well on track. The son of Mac 3's out of Mycona. This one for Bennett Bloodstock and Garrett Dixon, along with Jamie McKinnon. He's a nice horse. He does have a bit of gate speed. He's just drawn a little bit awkwardly at barrier 6 tonight, but yes, I think he's just matured and certainly strengthened up a bit, Johnny Be Good. And as I say, that third 2 starts ago was behind Cha-Ching, and Express Stride in that race was better spirits. It was a hot field, and although he got soundly beaten, his performance to run third was very good. After that, he ran 4th to collect the gold at Auckland, again in a very strong 2-year-old field. Nice race. This horse on screen at the moment is a horse I think will win races, One Mighty Regal, as we look at the crowd heading towards Cirque du Soleil here at Alexandra Park. Of course, just on the back of the back straight here, the circus. And this is what happens on Friday nights here at the park in the last 3 or 4 weeks. Decent crowd heading on towards the Cirque du Soleil. There's the venue on the end of the back straight here, and they work their way through the park to get to the circus, and a lot of them stay on after the circus to have a bet in the last couple of races and certainly enjoy themselves here at the park. But yeah, Mighty Regal, this one by Stonebridge Regal, really like him in any other race. I think he's a clear top pick, but this is a hot maiden field. He's been great at the workouts and trials. He's got barrier 1. Probably what he hasn't got is the ring craft of the likes of Johnny Be Good and a couple of others in the race, but I think the ability is there. Tony's had a pretty good night so far at the office, 2 for 2. He's on 6 points at the moment. He can make it 3 out of 3 with this bloke. He's got a lot of scope about him. I think he'll get better with time. Just starting to sweat up a little bit at the moment, but first time under lights at Alexandra Park. He's going to learn a lot tonight. Barrier 1, he's going to posse up handy to the speed, and he's going to be right in it. The horse that was on his outside, if we can bring him in, is number 4, Pomeroy. This one trained by Mark Jones. I think he's in the care of Gareth Dixon in the north at the moment. Brett Mangos will take the drive. Son of Christian Cullen. He hasn't raced since the end of May. He's had a workout win before heading north, or a trial win. He's a nice horse. He'll probably head on to some of the major 3-year-old races in the north in the upcoming weeks. More than likely maybe Cambridge next Thursday. Smart move, Mark Jones. Send him north. Great stake here at the park. $12,000 for maiden races, and he's going to be very competitive in a race like this tonight. Brett Mangos, an aggressive driver from barrier number 4. He's $7 on the tote. There has been money from all day, and he's a winning chance. Of course, he did win a race as a 2-year-old. Pomeroy looked very well on track tonight and is a winning chance. The horse on screen at the moment is the best roughie in the race. If you want to spec one at very big money, it's number 11, Concord. This one, a son of Jeremy's Jet, was good on debut. That was behind Elliot Daniel. He had to sit parked out the whole way. He's a nice type, isn't he? He's a big bloke. He covers the ground. You'll get better with a bit of time, but he's pretty good at the moment, Concord. He's at $23 and $5 a place. Horse number 11. This one owned by the Carters. I've always had a handy horse, and of course trained by Dave and Claire McGowan. Number 11, Concord, at big money. My top 4. I've marked them 6 Johnny Be Good on top to beat 1 Mighty Regal, 4 Pomeroy and 11 Concord. Aaron White's numbers, he's going 10, 6, 3 and 4. Aaron, as I come to you, 60 seconds out from race number 3 tonight. We talked earlier in the program about how this is a very strong form race. I haven't found a spot for My Kiwi Mate, but it's a very informed stable.
Yeah, you've got to remember too that My Kiwi Mate, when he last raced, he raced against Johnny Be Good and beat him home. He was 3rd, Johnny Be Good 4th. Workout form for mine's been on a par between them as well. He's a son of Better's Delight. Better's Delight's already taken the first 2 on the program. He's on top for me, 10, My Kiwi Mate, Shane Butcher. Over the 6, Johnny Be Good, raced some very good 2-year-olds last campaign, as did My Kiwi Mate. The 3, Serious Star, gives owner Peter Bolt a good hand in the race. He's a co-owner of both My Kiwi Mate and Serious Star, so good luck to Peter. And 4, Pommy Roy, yes, in the mix there too, on the back of a good workout win down south. 10, 6, 3 and 4 for me to open a double.
Yeah, thanks, Aaron. Just through from the Stipes. Horse 3, Serious Star, the blinds have come off, just getting worked around at the start, getting a little bit on the toe is Serious Star, so they've taken the blinds off the Stephen Reid trained runner. Second leg of the quaddie, the Boutique Logistics Mobile Pace, your favourite will start.
Thanks, Craig, and the runners in behind the Alabar arm for the Boutique Logistics Mobile. Johnny Be Good resuming, $2.50, $1.80. My Kiwi Mate number 10 at $4.90, $1.80. Jointly on the third line of betting, Mighty Regal number 1 and 4, Pommy Roy, both at $5.80. Boutique Logistics Mobile Pace into the lane. Green lights, they're often pacing. Pommy Roy's out fast. As 2 on the inside, Ricky Bobby holding up Mighty Regal on the inside. Out wide, Johnny Be Good. He's going to be caught 3 wide going to the stables corner. My Kiwi Mate gets a nice drag through from the second line. Serious Start his outside and could have done it's 4 wide. Just goes into a gallop now on the stables corner. Concord back with Foxy Cullen. Back with those is Flying Loose and Jimmy McElroy restrained from his wide draw. And now could have done it back last. They pace up into the back, 17.50 left to go. Favourite on to the lead, Johnny Be Good and the Wizard Todd Mitchell away by 2. Pommy Roy's in the trail, sitting out parked is Serious Star. 3 back on the inside, Ricky Bobby. My Kiwi Mate takes the 1-1 on the back of Serious Star, 1600 to go. Mighty Regal against the pylons, then Concord around Foxy Cullen, Flying Loose, Jimmy McElroy. And back last is Could Have Done It. 43 and 4 was the lead time as they sweep across the showgrounds turn again. Host to Cirque du Soleil tonight, and the leader is Johnny Be Good. Coming up 3 wide though is Concord to get outside the speed, and the centre Serious Star. Pommy Roy's got the favourite and the leader's back. My Kiwi Mate springs out of his 1-1 trailing position to get forward as Flying Loose was also looking to come forward. Ricky Bobby on the inside. Mighty Regal's away from the markers. They're followed by Foxy Cullen, Jimmy McElroy, and 3 lengths away Could Have Done It, 31 and 8. The opening quarter of the Boutique Logistics Mobile Pacer circuit left to go. Johnny Be Good leads My Kiwi Mate, a nose between them on the stables corner. Their final time, Flying Loose 3 wide, no cover. Pommy Roy's enjoyed a perfect run. Concord now 1-1. Mighty Regal 3 wide with cover. Ricky Bobby on the inside. Serious Star between runners out wider. Jimmy McElroy joins the 3 wide line. Then Foxy Cullen and Could Have Done It, 30 and 6 the second quarter. Johnny Be Good and My Kiwi Mate, 2 very nice 3-year-olds duelling in the lead. Out 3 wide is Flying Loose. Pommy Roy's in the trail. 1-1 is Concord. 3 wide with cover, Mighty Regal. The Iceman, Tony Hurley, looking for the first 3 races on the program tonight. Then Ricky Bobby, Serious Star, Jimmy McElroy and Foxy Cullen. 400 to go. Quarter down the back, 28.8. Johnny Be Good, My Kiwi Mate won't go away the outside. Then Flying Loose, Concord. Pommy Roy waiting the passing lane. Mighty Regal, Jimmy McElroy to the outside, homeward bound. Johnny Be Good, My Kiwi Mate. They balance up a length and a half. Pommy Roy, Johnny Be Good, My Kiwi Mate's going to him strongly now on the outside. My Kiwi Mate and Shane Butcher draws to the lead. Oh, he's a talent, all right. Better's Delight gets the first 3 on the program. Get that one in the racetrack. My Kiwi Mate. Second over was Johnny Be Good. Third, Pommy Roy. Then Concord. They were followed further back in the field. Serious Star with Flying Loose and Mighty Regal. Jimmy McElroy, Foxy Cullen. They were back in the field. As 2 was Could Have Done It. And back there 2 was Ricky Bobby, 242.5. Final quarter 27.7. He's done all the work in the race too. My Kiwi Mate. And he's drawn a nice margin on a nice 3-year-old and Johnny Be Good. But My Kiwi Mate keeps the roll of Better's Delight going tonight. Third victory for the Super Stallion from Woodlands. And My Kiwi Mate draws away nicely on the line. Johnny Be Good, Pommy Roy after a beautiful trip in transit third. And Concord number 11 to make up the first four. Boutique Logistics, Mobile Pace over the 2200. Very nice type. My Kiwi Mate, and he's come back bigger and stronger as a 3-year-old.
Official placings, race 3, the Boutique Logistics Mobile Pace. 10.64, 11.53. 10.64, 11.53. Horse 10, My Kiwi Mate, paced the 2200 metres in 2:42.58. Mile rate of 158.9. Last 856.6, the 427.7. The margins 1 1/4 lengths, 3/4 of a length, 1 1/2 lengths. 10.64, 11.53, race 3, the Boutique Logistics Mobile Pace.
And on the call of Judge Graham McLennan, My Kiwi Mate to come back at the head of the field, raced by Peter Bolt, Brian Hughes, the estate of JF Toomey, and the 442 Syndicate. Plenty of the members of the Waitakere United Football Club and the 442 Syndicate. Gets his first victory tonight, and I'm sure that won't be his last either. For My Kiwi Mate, a Better's Delight Bay, 3-year-old gelding out of Classic Nymph. Raised by, I should say, bred by Biddlecombe Equine Limited. Shane Butcher doing the driving tonight for trainer and co-owner Brian Hughes. Back into the victory circle. Leanne Hotto down there for Boutique Logistics, and Auckland Trotting Club steward Johnny McRae also in attendance. 6, Johnny Be Good, Mark 3 Bay, 3-year-old colt out of Mycona for second. GR Dixon, Bennett Bloodstock Limited, J.A. McKinnon, J.G. Bull, Dean Arclay, Ian Arclay, the owners, Gareth Dixon trained Papakura, Todd Mitchell, and 4, Pommy Roy. In for third, Christian Cullen, TK Swift, Bay 3-year-old colt, raced by W.P. Walsh along with Chatsworth Lodge Limited, R.G. Higgins, G.N. Hatton, and C. Walsh. Mark Jones trained at Woodend Beach, and Brent's Mangos. Number 10, My Kiwi Mate to return $4.90 and $1.80. $4.90, $1.80. 6, Johnny Be Good at $1.70, $1.70. 4, Pommy Roy at $1.90, $1.90. Quinella $8.60, $8.60. The trifecta $84, 84. First 4 $542.40, $542.40. The opening treble on the program tonight, and a Better's Delight treble it is too. 1, 12 and 10, $134.30, $134.30.
Premier Division for Lisa Ahern and Craig Rendell, the winner of 7 from 15 to date. Let's have a look at your favourite in action, and the run that we're going to go back and highlight is this winning run at Hatrick, which is a couple of starts back in the form line. The win coming from box 8 here in the pink.
Behind them, then Opawa Token. Kaiser Max has got well back. Johnny Ritz has drifted now, and back last of all is My Little Lucifer. Premier Division in front, and Thrilling Dylan's trying to get under him and might. About 3 lengths away to Big Time Jet starting to run on. Then we've got Opawa Token, some attention. Well back to Johnny Ritz, Kaiser Max, My Little Lucifer into the straight. Thrilling Dylan, the big boy, strides past Premier Division, coming late Big Time Jet. Thrilling Dylan's in from Premier Division, Big Time Jet about a head away, third, then Opawa Token.
Yeah, good run by, wasn't it, by Thrilling Dylan, who was beaten by Premier Division at their next meeting, which was at the Manawa 2. So back here, perhaps the result might be reversed back again. Rosso, coming to you. I noticed in the race book it says it's a Class 3 feature final, but I'm trying to look through the form line to see when there was qualifying heats for this, and I can't really find anything. Perhaps you can enlighten me.
Oh, you can. Head heats, they did request heats, but there weren't enough Class 3s nominated. It's a very awkward grade to get a straight Class 3. It's a bit frustrating for dogs coming through the intermediate grades here, particularly at Wanganui. Over the 520 metres, so there were no heats, although heats were called for. They didn't get enough. They got 8 dogs, and unfortunately one of them pulled out before the draw, and then one of them's pulled out post the draw, so we've ended up with 6 and 2-place divvies, as you say. $623 carried forward in the first 4, though, and it's a real opportunity to crack this first 4. And I'm with Thrilling Dylan based on last week's run that we just saw. He is better here than at Manawa 2, I believe, now. Didn't always think that way. His run on Monday, having said that, at Manawa 2 was very good, and he overcame a bump or two to run into third, and was picking up Premier Division and Big Time Jet. So the last 3 that were first 3 home last week in the order of Thrilling Dylan, Premier Division and Big Time Jet were the first 3 again on Monday, when Premier Division won, Big Time Jet was second and Thrilling Dylan was third. And they should dominate again, but I went 4, 8 and 3 in this situation. And the other dog for your first 4, certainly the 7, Johnny Ritz. Now his form isn't flash. He can be better than that, and the small field should help him. And even if he settles back, well, he hasn't got quite so many to get past here. And then the other 2, well, Bob's Eye, his form's been off for a wee while. He is placed in 4 of 7 here on this track, but gee, he would have to turn things around here. We did see a fairly major upset in the previous, but not likely in a small field over 520 metres, you wouldn't think. And My Little Lucifer, who's a nice galloper, but she's probably better slipping back to Class 2. And she is the only female up against some pretty big boys here. Big Time Jet's a dog that's formerly been pretty proficient in Class 5. And although he's had 125 starts, it'd be no surprise to see him go back to Class 4 at least at some stage. As we tick up to start time, Liquorland Wanganui, Class 3, 520 metres field of 6. Tidy field nonetheless. Into box 3, Big Time Jet. Johnny Ritz are out in 7. Second line here, My Little Lucifer, Thrilling Dylan. Bob's Eye in Premier Division. Lisa Ahern with 3 of the 6. Favourite Thrilling Dylan, $2.80 off the 4. Lined and ready, all clear through. Round comes the bunny, or about centre break, just about there. And racing, Thrilling Dylan came out well, so did My Little Lucifer, followed out wider by Premier Division, closer into Big Time Jet, then Bob's Eye, and Johnny Ritzer settles last. Into the back they go, My Little Lucifer in front, Thrilling Dylan comes after her, and around the outside Premier Division, and we've got a race 3 lengths back then to Big Time Jet, 4 away then to Bob's Eye, and Johnny Ritzer too far from them. Thrilling Dylan in front, eyeballed here by Premier Division. Big Time Jet running on around the outside of My Little Lucifer, further back then to Bob's Eye, and Johnny Ritzer up they come. Premier Division over the top of Thrilling Dylan tonight. Premier Division from Thrilling Dylan, tight third. Big Time Jet the outside of My Little Lucifer, who kicked gamely, then Bob's Eye. And last of all was Johnny Ritzer. He never got warm. Honours with Premier Division. 30.41. The winning time, run home of 11.60. The 8 Premier Division over 4. Thrilling Dylan. 2 has lasted for third. Mighty Lucifer. Big Time Jet fourth. That's the way they've come up on the board. They'd run home up there 11.60, 30.41 overall. It's a little bit hard to see a couple of the numbers from where I am with a light in my way there, but apparently they're going to move those, which would be good. We've got a good shot of it there, though, off the camera. Now, last week, Thrilling Dylan came over the top of Premier Division. This week, it's the other way round. Premier Division over the top of Thrilling Dylan, and then My Little Lucifer, she stuck gamely to a task, and she'll stay on the grade. And she's lasted from Big Time Jet. And she showed the pace early. Thrilling Dylan sat pat the inside, and Premier Division sat the outside. And gee, what a good contest between the pair, and Premier Division comes out on top tonight. Is by Premier Fantasy out of Trendy Habit, Lisa Ahern and Craig Rendell. Lisa trains at Palmerston North. She trained the winner of the first race today too. I think that's 94 for the season. 8, 4, 2, 3, 6 and 7. 1 1/4 lengths by 2 1/4 lengths by a head was the margin, and 5:08 was the lead-up time, with the middle 18:81. $3.60, $2.10 for the 8 Premier Division, going from strength to strength. 4 Thrilling Dylan, $1.50, no third dividend, the 2. Quinella, $2.30, trifecta, $52.90 in the first 4, 8, 4, 2 and 3, $136 even. Race number 9 tonight is the Keen and Concrete. Class 4s and 5s, 520 metres, 7 and 10 come out, and Darryl were underway at 7:48 in our late quaddie.
Thanks, Rosso. Let's have a look at that market. Always welcome off the inside, where he's got a pretty good record. He's had 3 goes in Red Race Day previously for 2 wins. And the Ahern Kennel is looking for further success. $6 the options. Indiana Izmir also $6. Mash Allegro back a half at 9. Royal Runner $2.70 favourite. $12 for Jibber Jabber Jewel, who's trimmed up a half tonight. $12. Tofino's at 5. Check the Mail 9. Wallace Ladd getting a run from box 7 with the scratching of Way Too Crude. And it's got good tote support at the moment. It's $12 the options. 7:48. Start time, race 9.
American Ideal, sire of Besotted, Group 1 New Zealand record holder for 1,700 metres.
Adore Me, Helios still there, Besotted with a brilliant draw tonight, and he's used it to his full advantage. He's back, Besotted.
Democrat Party,
100 left to go. Cyclone Kate on the passing lane. Democrat Party and Cyclone Kate. And the Gotta Go Cullen Young Guns final, and it's Democrat Party. Cyclone Kate second.
American Ideal, standing at Woodland Stud.
To land the big one.
He's coming through 4 off the rail. Wider out Sacred Star. Down the outside comes Pussy O'Reilly. And look at this lineup. I Do burst to the lead. Pussy O'Reilly, Fayride, Pure Champion, Sugar flying late. I Do's in front. She's got a Group 1. I Do won it.
I Do winning the McPhee Challenge Stakes, the first leg of the Hawke's Bay Triple Crown, and she'll start favourite for tomorrow's second leg over the 1600 metres. We'll check all the latest odds for you in a moment, and also hear from her rider Opie Bosson. But let's first of all hear from Shooker's rider Mark Duplessis.
Well, Mark, we look forward to the weekend once again, the second Group 1 of the new racing season, and you ride Shooker. Let's go back to his McPhee effort. Look, it was a really good run, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a good run. We were expecting a good run from him because his fresh record is so good, and he looked like he'd run third on the line, but a big line up behind I Do. He's ended up fifth, but he was always going to be better for that run, and worked him yesterday and can't fault his work. Probably the first run's knocked that freshness out of him a little bit, but you should expect that with a big horse like him. I couldn't fault his work, as I said.
I spoke to Peter Williams last Wednesday, and look, he was still not 100% sure about going towards this race, but look, they're happy now that they're going towards the second leg of the Triple Crown.
I haven't spoken to Peter since yesterday, but as far as I know from now that he's still running. He's got an awkward gait, but he can sit back and get the last bit like he did last time, and hopefully that's the case. He gets over the top of all of them.
And further the better, with him now getting up to a mile, and then obviously looking towards the 2,000 metre race, the Livermore Classic later on. He's a Group 1 performer at this distance. Yeah, that's right. Distance is never a worry with him, and neither is rain-affected tracks, so he goes on all surfaces, so I'm happy to be on him for sure. Well, Opie, no doubt you're looking forward to the weekend once again, a chance to be leagued aboard I Do once again.
Yeah, you always look forward to riding a good horse like her, and with a little bit of rain about, and the track should just have the bit of sting out of it, so it should be ideal for her.
She's so adaptable, isn't she? She's getting out to the 1600 metres on the weekend, which, again, shouldn't be an issue. She's got form over that distance, and as you pointed out, track conditions, she go in basically any type of track condition. Yeah, she's just a real professional. It doesn't really matter what you put at her. She adapts pretty well to it. What did you make of the McPhee run? I mean, she just travelled beautifully into the race, came between runners and just burst away from what was a very good Group 1 field 3 weeks ago. Yeah, it was a really good one. She's really got that killer instinct now, and she goes out there and she knows she's good now, and just really attacks the line. Yeah. Have you noticed that, being aboard her now for quite a few years now, is that she's really developed from a listed horse to be able to get to that elite level now? Yeah, like she usually pretty laid back, and lately when she gets to the races, she's quite bullish and struts around like she's the best. All right, well, you get to the 1600 metre race, which is always an awkward starting point. You do have a wide draw on the weekend. Yeah, we'll just have to see how we jump away, and ideally we'll try and be midfield, a bit of cover, and try and cut as many corners as we can. Yeah, that's another thing with her as well. She can be ridden many different ways, can't she? She can be ridden back, handy, midfield. She's got a lot of strings to her bow. Yeah, she, like the last couple of runs, she's missed the kick a little bit, and got back a few spots worse, but in hindsight it's probably worked out in her favour. Well, Matthew, looking forward to the weekend, the second Group 1 of the racing season. You're on a bide with me, but at this stage she's not quite into the field, but she was a terrific run in the McPhee Challenge Stakes. Yeah, it's a shame, it's hard, to get your horse ready for something you're pretty much sure of not getting a start, and, her run was huge. She's come from last on the corner, and she flew home for fourth, I think, and didn't get all rubber the green down the straight, but, she's Camp Super, and it's just a shame she might not get a run, yeah. Yeah, she was one of many runs in the race, but especially from where she came from, to be able to really round off her race and finish fourth is encouraging, even if she doesn't get into this race, for what might be ahead of her. Yeah, she's last year, we spaced them out a fair bit, at least over a month in between runs. She just wasn't quite strong enough to back up and do it again, so close between runs. And this year she's just a lot stronger, and she's handling everything. She's travelling there good. She travelled home well and ate up, and she's just a different horse. And I think a year on she's a lot better. So it's a shame we might miss out, but there's obviously bigger races installed for her too. All right, so we await with anticipation to see if Abide With Me gets into the field. In the meantime, here's the latest odds from the New Zealand bookmakers, and Veyron now fitter for the 2 runs back, $16. Shooker 10 close up in the McPhee. Nashville, who was a bit unlucky in the McPhee's, a $6 chance. Pure Champion, who was third in that, is at $14. Ransom, the classic winner of last year, $50 odd. Sacred Star, maybe the value runner, maybe a little bit forgotten on the run on the first day, $10. Vinnie Colgan, I Do there at $3.40. Xanadu, $18. O'Fee, 16. Zinista, 41. Costume, 26. Posse O'Reilly's run in behind I Do, and the Foxbridge and in the McPhee were outstanding.
It's also at a little bit of value. Soriano's at $16. Zons has trialled up extremely well. First up here over 1,600 metres at $21. Abide With Me won the bell at $8. And Addictive Habit is the other one at $31. So that's the latest market for the Windsor Park Plate, the second of the Group 1s there during this terrific spring carnival at Hastings. And the feature tomorrow afternoon at 4:33. Looking forward to that and the coverage right here on TAB Trackside 1 right from the outset. Race 1 due off at 12:25. Fine conditions there in the bay today. Track has come up a dead 4 late this afternoon, and that rail for day 2 out 5 metres. Craig, we're back with you. First for the trotters tonight, race number 4, and King of Cool is the favourite.
Yeah, thanks, Daryl. I think deserves to be favourite. He's racing really well. He is a Class 3 trotter, and he gets in this race very well under the conditions. This is a mobile trot. Had it be a stand and a C1 front, he'd be off a handicap here. He's got gate speed. It's not an overly quick front line. I thought he'd probably go forward. I think he can win this race, and I'd take the 340 about him at the moment. Horse 6, King of Cool. He was good last start. He had to sit parked out the whole way, and a pretty quickly run 2,700 metres. I think they trotted about 3:31. King of Cool, of course, trained by Megan Tees. Good luck to you, Megan and Jason, tonight with the Son of Monarchy. Comes into barrier 5 with a scratching here of number 1, the Royal Charger. I put him on top. He's racing very well. He hasn't had many starts for a 5-year-old. 19th start here. Got a good record at the park. 5 times out of 9 in the money, including a win. So King of Cool for me, 340 the one to beat. There is money for Sea Spray Cracker. He's been clearly the best backed on the fixed odds. Bookmakers have taken a couple of bets on him tonight. The last of them, I think, was around about $2,000 on him. That was King of Cool. $2,000 at $4 on Sea Spray Cracker. So for Stephen Doody, Andre Patama, who drove him in the junior drivers race at Cambridge, will take the drive again tonight. His form was her form is all left-handed, but she is working to a win at Alexandra Park and was very good last start. To the second row, follows out Coca Breeze, number 10, Sea Spray Cracker. Clearly my second pick in race number 4 tonight. Of the rest, I thought Main Divide, horse number 2. This one with Ben Waldron. Todd McFarlane takes the drive. The stable had a placing in the first with Even Flow first up in the north. This one's hard to follow. She's got ability. She's bred to pace. She's by Better's Delight, but she is a trotter. Very interesting, of course. Better's Delight. They've won the first 3 races, and they can take out the trot tonight because they've got one in here. Main Divide. She's not without a chance. She's got ability. She's a big mare. The mobile will help her. First up at the park last start, she blew the stand. She gets the mobile tonight. And I think from barrier 1, if she can posse up close to the speed, maybe on the back of King of Cool, and at $9, I think she's probably an each-way chance at very good odds. So for me, 6, 10 and 2 outside them. I thought Mitchell was nice first up at Cambridge after a long spell. Andrew Drake takes the drive, a drive we don't know a lot about. He's a junior claiming driver. He drove this horse at the bridge last start to run second behind its stablemate. It was a nice drive. Got him away very well, took up the trail and gave him every opportunity, and Mitchell will improve with the run. The 6-year-old by Dream Vacation. I marked them 6 on top to beat 10, 2 and 8. Aaron White's numbers in race number 4 tonight. He's with 6, King of Cool on top as well, to beat runners 1, 9 and 10. Aaron, good tipping in the last. You found my Kiwi mate at $4. You're heading for King of Cool in the trot.
Yeah, the mobile conditions, 2,200 metres, I think will suit him down to the ground. Of course, he did stand a 20-metre head start with Sea Spray Cracker last time. In fact, it was just 10 between them last time down there at Cambridge. And from the mobile and getting into barrier 5 now, I think he can dominate this race. And the Son of Monarchy looking for his 4th victory. Megan T's doing the driving. The 9-star filly. Oh, she's well in the mix. James Stormont, Steve Cornwall, the 10 Sea Spray Cracker. Good to see her bounce back into winning form at Cambridge to pay back the loyal supporters. And 5 Amy's Invasion worked home nicely. And they ran that slick time when the 13-year-old won at Cambridge last week. Craig Foxtrot Jack over tonight's journey. Amy's Invasion should be running on. 6, 9, 10 and 5.
Thanks, Aaron. I'd like to wish Danny Connolly a happy 78th birthday today. Of course, Danny, our floor manager, Sean, that's her father. having a birthday today, 78 years of age. I know he'll be sitting back and watching trackside. Happy birthday to you, Danny. All the team here, hoping you're having a good night, and Sean's going to tip me a winner and pass on to you later in the program, so we'll find one for you. And behind the mobile for race number 4 tonight, it is the Have Your Conference at Alexandra.
Runners in behind the mobile gate for the first leg of a treble. King of Cool, the son of Monarchy, is the favourite. As the square gate is in behind the yellow bar arm. $3.30, $1.30. Have Your Conference at Alexandra Park. Use one of our 8 function rooms. Use our great food, great service, the central location, free parking, 630-9706. Into the lane they come. Have Your Conference at Alexandra Park. Mobile trot, green light is up, and off-stride early was Zimple, and also Main Divide. Coming out strongly, Equilay with King of Cool. King of Cool will be first down to the markers. Equilay, though, will race it and head it going into the stables corner first occasion. In fact, no, King of Cool wants to hold up the lead here for Megan. There's 4 or 5 lengths away in the field. Amy's Invasion, then Tacoca Breeze. Sitting out parked as they trot out to the 1850 is Mitchell. Back on the inside to Star Philly. Sea Spray Cracker, she's in the 1-1 on the back of her stablemate. Then came Zimple, and Maiden Divide is in a gap of 25 lengths. Down the back they go, and Equilay has worked on to the lead now for Jabernathy. Away by 2, King of Cool, 4 lengths, Amy's Invasion, 2.5 to Coca Breeze. Up on the outside, Mitchell is 5th in Park. Back on the inside to Star Philly, 1-1 Sea Spray Cracker and Andre Potama. 2 lengths away in the field to Zimple, and Main Divide is 12 to 15 lengths further detached. 42 and 6 was the lead time as they sweep across the showgrounds turn, and the leader Equilay over King of Cool. 2 lengths away in the field, Amy's Invasion. Mitchell is inching closer up on the outside. Park to Coca Breeze, 4 back on the inside. Sea Spray Cracker 1-1. Star Philly, Jimmy Stormont back on the inside of Zimple, and 10 away Main Divide. King of Cool comes off the leaders back to take over with 1100 left to go. 33 and 7 the opening quarter of the Have Your Conference at Alexandra Park trot. Favourite King of Cool to the leader, circuit left to go. Leads by 2 Equilay. In third is Amy's Invasion. 4th and still parked is Mitchell, 1-1 to Sea Spray Cracker. Back on the inside to Coca Breeze. Then Zimple around Star Philly. And Main Divide's done a great job to catch the main pack. 800 metres left to go. 31 and 8 the second quarter. King of Cool into the back, still by 2 Equilay. Coming up 3 wide, Mitchell as Amy's Invasion came away from the inside, now to be parked. Still in the 1-1, Sea Spray Cracker to Coca Breeze on the inside. Star Philly's worked away from the markers to come up 3 wide to connect onto the back of Mitchell. They're followed by Zimple and Main Divide, 500 to go. The big boy King of Cool, he's full of running, coming off the back onto the showgrounds turn. Leading by a length over Mitchell, Amy's Invasion. Star Philly out wider back on the inside. Equilay, Sea Spray Crackers hemmed up between runners. She's got a bit to offer, but she's blocked for a run then to Coca Breeze. Star Philly's galloped out wide at 30 seconds the third quarter. King of Cool for home, slips away by 2. Amy's Invasion. Sea Spray Crackers closing in strongly then to Coca Breeze. It's King of Cool. Sea Spray Crackers closing in strongly now at the 100. Sea Spray Cracker goes to King of Cool, who fights very hard. King of Cool tenacious. Oh, Sea Spray Cracker will get him though in the last 10 metres. Sea Spray Cracker goes back to beat out King of Cool. Third, it's a photo. We've got Tacoca Breeze and Mitchell there. They were followed Amy's Invasion, Star Philly. Further back in the field, Main Divide. A good run after the early mistake. Zimple back, and Equilay knocks up to be the last. And 2:48 the overall time. 29.7 was the final quarter. Just when you thought King of Cool was going to lift and beat out the advances of Sea Spray Cracker, she found more. The Bryland boys mare, Andre Potama, Stephen Doody, got all that confidence down at Cambridge last week with that nice victory down there. She backs it up tonight. King of Cool, very game in second, and close go for third to Coca Breeze and Mitchell. Maybe Tacoca Breeze just in front of Mitchell, and back on the inside, Amy's Invasion. Have Your Conference at Alexandra Park Mobile Trot. She's right back in form now. Number 10, Sea Spray Cracker.
Official placings race 4, the Have Your Conference at Alexandra Park Mobile Trot. 10-6-3-8-5-2. 10-6-3-8-5-2. Horse 10, Sea Spray Cracker, trotted the 2200 metres from a mobile start in 2:48.04. Mile rate of 22.9. Last 859.7, 429.7. The margins, a neck, 6.5 lengths, a nose. 10-6-3-8-5-2. Race 4, the Have Your Conference at Alexandra Park Mobile Trot.
10, Sea Spray Cracker back at the head of the field, gets her first victory under the ribbon of light here at Alexandra Park at start 35, 4th overall victory. Gained all that confidence down at Cambridge with her victory down there, and she backs it up nicely tonight, raced by breeder BT Freeman along with R. Casey and Mrs. LD Best. Congratulations to you. Prepared at Palmerston North by Stephen Doody and Andre Potama back at the head of the field. Auckland Trotting Club's Stuart Gordon Robertson down there, part of the victory celebrations in the winner's circle with Sea Spray Cracker. 6, King of Cool. Game runs second for the Monarchy Bay 5-year-old gelding at a Cool Carly, raced by Miss R.J. Weaver. Jason and Megan Tees trained at O'Halpo. Megan Tees, and 3, Tacoka Breeze just third. Monarchy Bay 5-year-old mare at a Charmed, race trained and driven by Mike Nicholas out of Waiuku. Number 10, Sea Spray Cracker, $3.10 and $1.80. 3.10, $1.80. 6, King of Cool at $1.60, $1.60. 3, Tacoka Breeze, $3.60, $3.60. Quinella, $3.90, $3.90. Trifecta, $161.60, $160, $160. First 4, $482.50, $482.50. 10 and 10 in the double at $19.10, $19.10. And the 10 and 6 concession, $6.80, $6.80. There's no race 5 tonight. The happy 60th Graham Young mobile pace over the 2,200 metres will open our chase for the $40,000 in pick 6 tonight. So good luck with your pick 6 investments. First leg, top of the hour, 8 o'clock.
Race 9, Hatrick, first of a double and first leg of the quaddie. Quaddie pulls about $5,000, and Royal Runner, who's gone quicker around here than any of her race rivals, is the favourite. She was the last, no, she wasn't the last start winner. We'll show you her last start in a moment. Prior to that, She was a winner here from Go to Woe in a, what was her time? 30.08, but she's gone quicker than that. She's gone a 29.96 previously, so she's a pretty quick bitch on her day. She's won 11 of 32. Let's have a look at her last start performance. You'll see her in the black ruck.
Breaks beautifully. Always Welcome was awkward and lost ground at the start. Mammy Brown to lead the first bend from Ritza Danny, followed through by Tofano. Royal Runner bounces off 1 or 2. Getting a run through was Bad Week. Back to Indiana Izmir, Always Welcome, a long way from them after that. Poor beginning and Way Too Crude as last. It's Mammy Brown by 3. Giving chase here is Ritza Danny. The inside Bad Week's going huge. Royal Runner's trying to get around the outside of Tofano and Card. Further back to Indiana Izmir, running on with Always Welcome, Way Too Crude. Mammy Brown is too good, wins well. Ritza Danny books a trip to Auckland 2. Indiana Izmir dive through the inside for 3rd. Ahead then of Tofano. Bad Week ran a slasher. Royal Runner never really got into the race.
Well, Rozzo, she didn't really get too many favours, did she, going into that first bend last time out? But her win prior was very, very good.
It was, Daryl, yeah. She got shouldered there twice, and then she actually ran into trouble coming off the back as well when she was trying to improve around them. She can do better than that. She bounced well off box 1, 2 starts back. I actually like her coming from wide across the field, but having said that, the last 2 times she's done that, she hasn't been as impressive as I would have thought. Did have her on top nonetheless. She is the New Zealand Oaks winner. Trained by Paul Freeman, Angela Turmold. Here'd be a unique double, Daryl. The previous race at Alexandra Park there, the winner, bred and part owned by Barry Freeman, father of Paul, who may be able to salute here at Hatrick in the Greyhound code. Tofano, number 6. He's racing pretty much at the top of his game. He was 4th in that race last week. That was the heat of the Waterloo Cup. Of course, the Group 1 Waterloo Cup coming up on Sunday at Manukau. Peter Riley to call, and Elizabeth Whelan will be on track for that Group 1, where there were 4 heats around the country, and that was our heat here in the Central Districts. Mammy Brown, who unfortunately fell on Monday, leading them home there from Ritza Danny. So, Royal Runner over to Fino. Off the inside, Always Welcome. Now, he was very awkwardly away at the start from box 1 last week. Now, I'm assuming he's not going to do that 2 weeks in a row. It's not a trait of his or anything. He's a pretty nice dog, this, and it's surprising that he hasn't won for so long. Off box number 1 again, you just got to think he's going to be in the hunt tonight. Gee, it's an even market this. On the tote, we've got a $4.20. It's 2 dogs now in double figures. Jibba Jabba Jewel, he's a nice animal, and Wallace Ladd, they're both class 4s. So Always Welcome should be in the party throughout here. Indiana Izmir off box 2. Now, he's a dog who can get on the rail and just keep running home. So he should be right in the thick of this. A very good box 2 record. Smash Allegro. Now, he's got through the grades fairly quickly. He's won 9 from 16. He was a class 4 winner 2 starts back at the Manawa 2. So big test for him, but he has come through the grades very nicely from that outstanding Collision Hi-Fi Allegro litter. I've got plenty of time for Jibba Jabba Jewel, and I think he can measure up at this level. He chased home Blitzing Mayhem 4 starts back at Manawa 2, and Blitzing Mayhem is in blitzing form on the horseshoe tracks in particular, but just in general. Check the Mail bounces back to class 5. Last time he was up there not too long ago, he dropped out after 4 starts. He is better suited closer to the rail, but he's certainly a nice dog. Wallace Ladd, very honest this grade. Combined grade, he generally has to race in, poor fella. Always Welcome, Smash Allegro, Jibba Jabba Jewel, Wallace Ladd in box 7, green and white rug, second line. Indiana Izmir, Royal Runner, Tofano, Check the Mail, who ended up favourite, $4.10, Royal Runner. Gee, good betting race this. Here comes the bunny, can see ahead, Royal Runner, let's see if she pops, just about set. Racing, just a break only. Royal Runner, Always Welcome, gets out nicely. Accelerating to the lead was Jibba Jabba Jewel. Smash Allegro going hard early as well. Now Royal Runner tries to get into it, screws off the outside though of Always Welcome and goes back a length or 2. Tofano goes past her. They'd be followed back in the race by Wallace Ladd. Back with that 2 would have been Check the Mail, and Indiana Izmir's gone back to last favourites. No chance here. Smash Allegro's in front. Up on the outside now, Jibba Jabba Jewel having another crack. Here's Always Welcome with big strides, and back and behind them too was Tofano. Up they come, Jibba Jabba Jewel holding. C4's in from Always Welcome. Out wide then Tofano, maybe narrowly from Smash Allegro, who ran a slasher. They'd be followed behind them then by Check the Mail, Wallace Ladd. And back at the rear of the field, Indiana Izmir and Royal Runner. She found strife again. Jibba Jabba Jewel. Gee, he's been running some good races, this dog. He's Class 5 quality, and he's proven it here. Class 4 going into this race. He hopped off the lids nicely. He gave up the lead to Smash Allegro. He kept coming. Always Welcome starting to chew into that lead to Fino out wide, finishing off the race. May have nailed Smash Allegro. Looks like he has. On the board, 30.20, 30.20 the time. Lead up 4.98, fastest tonight. Middle section 18.56. Now Class 5s you'd expect it to be, I guess. And 11.64 the run home. And look at that head on. Now watch the 1 and the 4 there. Just at that point, Royal Runner screwed off the 1. She went back through the field, got trod on by the kennelmate Indiana Izmir. And they both ended up back at the tail of the field. Honours the winner here, 5 Jibber Jabber Jewel. He's a black dog by Collision out of Sugar Plum. Craig and Di Roberts' own, and their son Matt Roberts trains at Martin, win 10 at start number 58. Just his second run on this track. His first one was a goodie. 5, 1, 6, 3, 8, 9, 4 and 2. 30.20 as mentioned. 1 length by 1 3/4 lengths by a head. And it's all there for you on the board. We're getting a nice shot of that. Now it's in action for the first time tonight. 1 going in for Monday's meeting at the Manawa 2 as well. 5 Jibber Jabber Jewel at 14.82.70. 1 Always Welcome $1.80. 6 to Fino $1.90. The Quinella 54.10. Trifecta $480.30. And the first 4, 5163, $3,500. We'll toss you 10 cents as well, and $665 jackpots through to race number 10, which is a Class 4 sprint, and it goes at 8.13. In fact, it must be a Class 5 sprint looking at them, so the book's wrong there. Anyway, 8.13 is the key thing for the start time. Treble there, $1,760.70. That's not bad work. 9, 8 and 5. Darryl?
Nice work. That quaddie pool 2 fell just short of 6,000, so a nice pot to chase down tonight. A roughie home in leg number 1. Here's the market for leg 2, and Run Lacey Run is the favourite. No joy for the Freeman Timmill team with Royal Runner in the previous. Perhaps they can get some sort of compensation here with Run Lacey Run drawn up on the inside, where her record reads 15 starts, 10 wins. So be fair to say she loves it in red. Run Lacey Run, and she's the favourite for race number 10, just ahead of the kennelmate Pop Some Tags, who's up almost a kilo tonight at 280 on the fixed odds. Back at Hatrick shortly, but we've got Alexandra Park upcoming here, and it's the first leg of the $40,000 pick 6, and favouritism at the moment, Craig, appears to be lying with Voluntad, who you pretty confidently tipped out as a potential anchor for the first of our quaddies, and you're getting even money. The book at the moment, $250 and money back the tote.
Thanks, Darryl. Yes, she's been backed heavily too. I can tell you through from the sports desk, they've had some pretty big bets on her. 2,500 and 5,000 in the last half an hour on Voluntad, best back runner through from the sports desk. Thanks for Sal and Steve Richardson for passing that information on to the punters and myself. I think she's the one to beat barrier 2. She'll go forward from the draw. She likes to roll along in front, and she gets a chance from that draw tonight. It is the first leg of $40,000. Probably the only race we haven't talked about is race number 6, the trot, in the pick 6. We've talked about 7, 8, 9 and 10 in the quaddie. So in that second leg of pick 6 tonight, I thought Irish Whisper, Boiselle and Frank and Nadal, runners 9, 8 and 7 if you're playing into the pick 6 tonight, were the main chances in the 6th. But yes, back to this mare Voluntad. She caught up with John Dickey on the Gold Coast when I was over there last week. He was on holiday, and he said this mare's really starting to blossom into what he thinks will be a very, very handy mare later in the season. She's only had 10 starts. She's won 3 occasions. She's a 6-year-old, so sparingly raced. He's got a high opinion of her, and Voluntad is a $2 favourite. Earlier in the night, I caught up with Derek Ball. He's got Deb's Powell here, and of course he's got the 2 open class trotters going around in the following race. This is what he had to say. Thanks for your time, Derek. You've got 4 runners in tonight. The first of them, Deb's Powell, doing a really good job since coming north, but it's a pretty hot field tonight. Yeah, he's been going really good. Very happy with him. Just he's not real quick off the gate, or he hasn't been for us, so we just got some elastics on him. If he can get out of the gate and get handy, he's sort of making up a lot of ground from back in the field, but if he can stay handy, he won't be out of place. He's in as a claimer tonight, $9,000. I hope he doesn't go.
The owner's happy enough just to keep racing him for that price. He fits in good with that price on him. If he goes, he goes. But he is a nice horse. He'd do a good job in Aussie, I'd say.
Later in the program, I want to get on to talk about your two trotters. First, we'll talk about Bruno Palliard. Of course, they are brothers. He's the younger of the two. He's doing a very good job, but this is probably his biggest test today.
Yeah, big jump up to the horses he's been racing. He hasn't put a foot wrong. We're very happy with him. Sometimes they take a couple of runs to get used to this grade. They just go a little bit quicker and things happen quicker. But no, he's holding his weight good, and I think he's a few more wins than him.
The older brother, Boiselle, we know he's a group performer. He's had a couple of workouts. I thought he's looked very good. Quiet trial here at the park. Where's his fitness at tonight?
Yeah, he's probably only 80% fit. He's had a couple of quiet trials, done nothing wrong. Very happy with him. He's done a great job for Tony Grayling. If we can get him back there going as good as he has him going, I'll be happy. So, he'll definitely improve with the run under his belt tonight.
This year would seem to be his year. I mean, he's had that hard racing last season. He's grounded to that open class trotters ranks very well. Do you think this season, mentally and physically, he may step up even another length or two?
I hope so. But, we're starting learning about him. We've only had him probably 8 weeks in the barn. So, Tony done a great job with him, and we'd love to get him back there. And if we can improve him a bit more, I'll be happy with that.
Later on, your maiden Posh goes round. Hasn't had much luck to date. Draws a handy draw tonight. Her chances?
Yeah, she's a nice little filly. She's just green out of the gate and green around the last bend. Put a few steps in last time for Zach. She's not the worst horse. She's got speed, can stay, but just got to do things right.
She's trialled up okay, Derek. Tonight, barrier 5. You said she's a little bit of gate speed. Do you look to go forward?
I don't think so yet. I think David's just got to hang on to her, and she put a few rough steps in last week for Zach, 2 weeks ago. So, no, we just got to really nurse around. But if she's not too far off them, she can rattle home.
Good couple of good chances tonight. Good luck with the team.
Thanks, Craig.
Derek Ball with his 4 runners in tonight. Of course, he's got Boiselle and the younger brother, Bruno Palliard, going around in race number 6. Debs Powell doing a really good job in the north and the next. This one gets in as a $9,000 claimer. There's 4 claimers in this race. Westburn Courage, Debs Powell. Of course, they're doing a good job, these claiming horses. They're setting them up in fast times. Debs Powell actually won in 3:18 here 4 starts ago, so can run along a bit. And yeah, if you had $9,000 and you wanted to rock along to Alexandra Park tonight, you could have bought this horse. And as I say, he's racing very well. This one owned by D.W. Patterson and Mrs. Ian Patterson, the son of Sands of Flying. 870. I put Volunteer on top. If I had to anchor one and pick 6 tonight in the quaddie, I thought she was pretty much the best bet in this race. I thought Ideal Flyby, barrier 8, not easy from there, but gee, she's good. Her last start effort was great. Had to do plenty of work and was too good for Take the Hint. I put Take the Hint in for 3rd. He's won the 2nd row. I expect Volunteer to probably lead if Westburn Courage can trail. Take the Hint maybe 3 the fence, and he's best when he's safe for 1 run. He's racing really well at the moment, and I think he can get another placing tonight. And of the rest, Debs Powell falls into the first 4 category. For me, it's 2 on top to beat runners 8, 9 and 3. Aaron White's numbers in the first leg of the quaddie tonight, first leg of the pick 6 tonight, 2, 8, 6 and 3. Aaron, as I come to you, just on a minute out from our first leg of pick 6 tonight, Volunteer, 242 last start, an outstanding win.
Yeah, it was a very good win, wasn't it? Good gutsy victory it was. She runs for the money bags tonight. She gets a good draw to work with. We saw last week she had plenty of gate speed, so Joshua Dickey's got plenty of options up his sleeve with the Real Desire mare. I made her one of my bets of the night here tonight at the park on Spring Cup night. Over the 8, Ideal Flyby. Last start victory was very good, having to do it tough throughout. We'll put in the 6, Electric Chapel. I don't think that mile race suited him down at Cambridge last week. He was caught 3 wide on just a sprint home. They didn't break 2 minutes down there. Craig, I'd have to pull out the record books to see the last time they didn't break 2 minutes at Cambridge over a mile for that class of pacer. But that didn't suit Electric Chapel. Back to the 22 has to be in the mix, and 3, Debs Powell is racing well since coming north for Derek Ball. 2, 8, 6 and 3 for me.
Thanks, Aaron. Of course, it is the last leg of the quaddie 2. We'll get those war pays up for you if we can get them up now. Of course, the first leg of the quaddie was taken out by Red Sky at night. The second leg, my Kiwi mate, Sea Spray Cracker, the third. Westburn Courage just over 4,000. Volunteer is the favourite way in the quaddie at 373. Debs Powell 1,400. 20,000 Ride Card. 23,000 Viewfield Apache. 940 with Electric Chapel, 26,000 with Our Southern Man, 440 Ideal Flyby, 3,700 Take the Hint, 17,000 Windstone P, and 9,500 with American Angel. Those are your wall pays with Red Sky at Night, My Kiwi Mate, and Sea Spray Cracker. And another $5,000 comes in on the favourite Voluntard. So she is clearly the best back runner in race 5.
Craig, and the runners are scoring up and behind the mobile for the first leg of the chase for pick 6 tonight. We also start place 6 and another double here on race 5. Happy 60th for Graham Young. Graham on track tonight with plenty of his mates from Super Freight Limited and the team from the Wanderers Tavern on Coronation Road and Mangere Bridge as well. Happy 60th, Graham Young mobile pace into the lane, first leg of pick 6, green light is there, and they're off and pacing, coming out strongly, Rycard, to its inside though, Voluntad will muster good early gate speed and take the early running, Westburn Courage through to trail, dropping down to get the early 1-1 Electric Chapel as they work onto the stables corner, back on the inside then to Take the Hint, they're followed then to the outside as a pace to the 1900 metre mark was Windstone P on its back as Deb's Pal, then Viewfield Apache, Our Southern Man's back in the field with American Angel and Ideal Flyby. She's been restrained from her wide draw. Into the back straight they go, and the favourite Voluntad, Joshua Dickey. She settled beautifully in the lead over Westburn Courage in the trail, sitting parked as Rycard. 3 back on the inside, Take the Hint, in the 1-1 Electric Chapel. 4 back on the inside is Viewfield Apache. 3/4 away to its stablemate Windstone P in the running line. Then Our Southern Man, Deb's Pal in the running line, on its back American Angel, and Ideal Flyby's back last. 44 and 6 the lead time, 1400 to go as they sweep across the showgrounds turn. Been held back to the field is Voluntad. She's doing it easily in front. Here come the runs from the back. Deb's Pal, American Angel getting around runners 3 wide. Rycard still parked, and in the trail is Westburn Courage. Then came Electric Chapel, the centre. Back on the inside, Take the Hint. Ideal Flyby's also coming forward 3 wide. Back in the field, Viewfield Apache, Windstone P, and Our Southern Man. 32 was the opening quarter. Happy 60th Graham Young as they run past the birthday boy, 1,000 left to go. Voluntad held out the advances of Deb's Pal and 3 wide American Angel. Westburn Courage enjoying a perfect run in the trail. Rycard 1-1 and 3 wide Ideal Flyby with cover. Back on the inside, Take the Hint now. Electric Chapel onto the back of Ideal Flyby. Viewfield Apache, Our Southern Man, and Windstone P the last trio. 29 and 6 the second quarter. And Voluntad the mare by Real Desire. She's loving her work in front by a length. Deb's Pal. Westburn Courage in the trail. 1-1 Rycard. Then American Angel. She's just starting to struggle out 3 wide now for the Magic Man Morris McHenry. Ideal Flyby's about to come 4 wide. Back on the inside then to Take the Hint. Further back in the field, Viewfield Apache, Windstone P. Electric Chapel's got well out of his ground, back second last, and then Our Southern Man third quarter in 28 and 8. Voluntad, she hasn't been given full bore yet. She opens up a length and a half over Deb's Pal and Westburn Courage, 2 lengths Rycard. Take the Hints out now. Ideal Flyby down the outside, but Voluntad steps away, 2-3. Take the Hint, Ideal Flyby, they are all chasing in vain. Electric Chapel's getting home as well, but Voluntad had the situation parcelled up easily. Gets home well. Second was Ideal Flyby, Photos third. Take the Hint and getting home down the outside Electric Chapel. They were followed Westburn Courage and Deb's Pal. Viewfield Apache, Our Southern Man. Back in the field, Windstone P. Further away then was Rycard, and one of the last American Angel in 2:43.3. 28.1 was the run home. Voluntad, she settled beautifully in the lead. She was taken on in the early stages by Rycard. Then with 1,000 to go, Deb's Pal had a serious look at her, but she was doing that on the bridle so effortlessly throughout. Joshua Dickey just keeping her up to the mark in the home straight. Take the Hint up for second. Photos third. In fact, no, Ideal Flyby second. Take the Hint third, just in front of American Electric Chapel getting home down the outside for fourth. Happy 60th Graham Young mobile pace. A nice win, Voluntad.
Official placings, race 5, the Happy 60th, Graham Young, mobile pace. 289.631, 289.631. Horse 2, Voluntad, paced the 2,200 metres in 2:43.33. Mile rate of 159.7. Last 857 and the 428.1. The margins, 2 3/4 lengths, 3/4 of a length ahead. 289.631. Excuse me, 289.631. Race 5, the Happy 60th, Graham Young, mobile pace.
Fanfare for Voluntad picking up the performance incentive bonus tonight. Raised by breeder Basil Blackwell, the Real Desire Brown 6-year-old mare out of White Knights. John and Joshua Dickey prepared at Clevedon. Joshua Dickey back at the head of the field to be greeted by Graham Young. Happy birthday to you. Along with Nick and Joanne Howard and Lance Peach. Auckland Trotting Club steward Roger Barnes part of the victory celebrations in the winner's circle as well. Voluntad win 4 at start 11 and a dominant display tonight in the first leg of pick 6. 8 Ideal Flyby, American Ideal Bay 5-year-old mare out of Kathy's Flyby for second, raced by DJ, Mrs. A, along with ID and Mrs. J.I. Bublets and Mrs. L. Grayling. Amanda Kitty prepared at Pukekohe and Sean Grayling. And 9, Take the Hint, Washington VC Black 5-year-old gelding out of Gateau, raced by Mrs. L. Johnson, along with Kay Massey, Mrs. R.M. Jensen, FP Foster, the Tennis Boys Syndicate, and BP Crowley. John and David Butcher, trained at Cambridge, David Butcher. Number 2, Voluntad. Will return $1.90 and $1.30, $1.90 and $1.30. 8 Ideal Flyby, $1.50, $1.50, and 9 Take the Hint, $2.70, $2.70. Quinella, $2.30, $2.30. Trifecta, $28.90, $28.90, and the first 4, $96.70, $96.70. The first of our bonus quaddies tonight. 12 Red Sky Night, 10 My Kiwi Mate, 10 Sea Spray Cracker, 2 Voluntad, $373. $373.
Of the year because you've picked up a ride on O'Marilyn, which returns back to the races a 3-year-old filly, of course a Group 1 winner last season.
Yeah, she was, and I mean that's one of the main reasons I came back when I did, or if I came back at all, sort of thing. And she showed a lot as a 2-year-old, and a lot showing she was going to be a really nice 3-year-old. So hey, you never know if they're going to come up or not, but she's been working pretty well, so I don't see any reason why she's not.
Right, and you've been on her back a couple of times since you've arrived back.
Yes, yeah, no, ridden her out track work, and no, she's flying, and she's had that trial now under her belt. It was in a pretty wet track, but no, it was a pretty nice trial.
She's got a good barrier draw to work with as well on the weekend in the Gold Trail Stakes.
Yeah, she comes in, or jumps out of 3, so no, really nice draw. Just hopefully we don't get too much rain. It ends up being a bad draw, but hey, even if it's got a little bit of sting out the track, I don't think it will worry her.
Move on to the Gold Trail Stakes. You ride Flaming for Jason Bridgman. What have you made of her 2 trials leading into her first up run this prep?
Yeah, they've been really good. You know, she is definitely a lot stronger this year. You know, she was a little bit fiery and last time and just did a couple of things wrong, but she's come out really well. The 2 trials on her about will definitely help her. And I galloped her the other day, and she galloped super on off track too, so she's not quite suited to that. So if she can improve on that gallop and on a better track, hopefully, and I think she's right in the play. Yeah.
Another feature on the undercard on the weekend is the Gold Trail Stakes, and you pick up a very impressive maiden winner at Taupo and Bonnie Girl.
Yeah, she did. She won very well over 1,000 metres, got back and stormed home really, really good, really fast. Good turn of foot. She's trialled last Tuesday when Bounding trialled as well, and her trial was really good. She ran second to Vinny Eagle, I think it was, or one of the Eagle horses. But her trial was really good, and she's improved from her first start.
Yeah, second to Vinny at the trials, Vinny Eagle, and she'll jump out of barrier number 6 tomorrow. We'll check those odds in a moment as we're 90 seconds out now from race number 10 at Hatrick. And Rosso, back with you, and Run Lacey Run, favourite here off the inside.
Yes, it's good to have her back, Daryl. We haven't seen a lot of her lately. She had a month between last races, now a month again. She is a Box 1 specialist, and you'd think she'd be hard to beat. I have gone with the 3 Winfield Black. Thought he was at amazing money earlier at $9, but a few other people obviously did too, because he was into $5.50 before lunchtime, and that's where he's at now. He pushed Exponential Lily to 3/4 of a length last week, and Exponential Lily was winning 10 straight and is going for 11 straight in race 11 tonight. I would have preferred him drawn out a wee bit wider, Winfield Black, but nonetheless I think he can do the business for Matt Roberts and go back-to-back for the kennel. Number 5, Pop Some Tags, is the other Freeman Turnwald runner that is resuming. We haven't seen him since July the 25th, and he's a very good sprinter. He's won 20 from 39. He's up 0.8 of a kilo, and I like that because he weighs in 29.6, and his last win was 29.4, so that shouldn't be a concern at all. Went 3-5-1. And the next one in, number 2, Armed Forces. He got a win 3 back off box 4. Quite happy he's drawn a bit closer in box 2 tonight, and he's certainly in the mix from there. The 4 Dog Waterbug's got some early speed and did win from box 1, 2 back. Box 4 in a field like this could be tough for her. She really is going to have to fly early. And then the others, Cassam out in box number 7, up to class 5, and she's done a really good job for Deb Edlin, but again, it's going to be tough for her in this sort of company with so many fast dogs inside her. She's okay out wide, and Ever So Hopeful coming in off the ballot into box 8, and has had 4 misses. One of them was in a New Zealand Racing Series qualifier, so is still on the verge of a downgrade. It is a straight class 5 race, this, despite what's shown in some publications. To the Tramps race 10, Christmas at the races, forward we go. Run Lacey Run, Winfield Black, Gold Rug, Pop Some Tags, Cassam out in 7. Second line here, Armed Forces, Waterbug, Corborn Burn, Ever So Hopeful the outside. Favourite Run Lacey Run. She steps the inside, round comes the bunny, just about set. Racing, Run Lacey Run bounds out nicely, and Waterbug goes hard early. Pop Some Tags as well, and Winfield Black's in between them too. And Thrill on the inside here to Armed Forces trying to push through. They'll be followed by Cassam around the outside. Ever So Hopeful's got back, as up to the corner comes Winfield Black and puts the hammer down. Clears out here on Armed Forces. Run Lacey Run and Waterbug, down they come. Winfield Black is in nicely there from Armed Forces. Then Run Lacey Run. We had Cassam out wide on the track, and between those 2 runners then would have been Waterbug, and Pop Some Tags was close up in that line as well. And the only pair who weren't were Corborn Burn and Ever So Hopeful. Winfield Black. Some people before lunchtime filled their boots on the $9, brought it into $5.50. Was steady from there. Matt Roberts goes back-to-back. Jibber Jabber Jewel the previous, and now Winfield Black. He's a dog on the rise, this fellow. Waterbug beat them out, but he drove between runners. Run Lacey Run the inside. Pop Some Tags trying to get around the outside. Just struggled to get around. Waterbug did Pop Some Tags, and that allowed Winfield Black to come through. And he's kicked out on Armed Forces, who saved ground. and then the battle on for the Miners. Run Lacey Run will win that ahead of Waterbug, Popsum, Tags and Cassim. That was a nice even line. 17.65 the winning time on the board, 17.65. The run home here was 10.62. And number 3, Winfield Black, the winner, 3, 2, 1 and 4. Margins 1.5 lengths by 3 lengths. Still one margin to come, a neck. As we have a look at them hearing round that first bend. Good line, very competitive race. Winfield Black, a black dog by Dinah Lachlan out of Token Whiz. Raced by S. Burns and trained by Matt Roberts at Martin. Run home 10.62, 17.65 as we get a shot at the board. Lead up time will come up shortly. You can work it out anyway if you're a mathematician. 1.5 by 3 by a neck confirmed there. 3, 2, 1 and 4. And the other placings were 5, 7, 10 and 6. Matt Roberts goes back to the top of the dais. And the result is coming through for us in race number 10. Number 3, Winfield Black, closing up $5, $1.30. 2 Armed Forces, $2.70. And 1 Run Lacey Run, Muddy Back. Quinella, $24.60. Trifecta, $89.10. 3, 2, 1, 4. First 4, $570.80. Race 11 tonight is the Rock 95.2 FM Class 5, 305 metres. As we check out the double 5 and 3, $105.20. I hope Matt Roberts took a piece of that. And the 5-2 concession, $45.10. Now, race 11 is special for the fact that number 4, Exponential Lily, is going for 11 straight wins. That is no mean feat. Exponential Lily off box number 4 will be the favourite. Was $1.70 this morning, now showing the same, $1.70. Off the inside, the challenger could be Aldonza. She is fresh up tonight from box number 1. Sweet Lies at 9 as we look at the bookmakers' odds, the most pertinent at the moment. 7 Wild as Angels drawn the wrong side of the track at 7. Nice dog though. And Super Rooster with early speed at 9. Exponential Lily, Daryl, can he make it 11? We find out a tick after 8:38.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Like you said, it's no mean feat, and Matt Roberts doesn't have a runner in the race, so we can look safely elsewhere. All right, before we head back to Alexandra Park, we heard from some of the jockeys that'll contest the Gold Trail Stakes tomorrow. Here are the latest odds. O'Marilyn, the Sire's winner, resuming from gate number 3 with Sam Spratt aboard, $2.80. Lady Royale, of course, won the Matamata Breeders before she spelled. She's fresh up, $7. Gate 2, Jonathan Parks here for Richard Collett. Cherry Veins at $7.50. Leith Innes for Nigel Tiley. Weigh-ins at now $16. Anuka, who was good in the wet last time, $26. Flaming, $16. She's Flawless, $14. Bonnie Girl, the 1 from 1, filly by Darcy Brahma. Baker Forsman combination there. Mark Duplessis from gate 7, $6. Margaret Ann's 10. Ready When You Are, $26. Davissima might be a little bit of value, $14. Second up this preparation, Rory Hutchings from gate 10. And Excuses is at $31. Gate 1, Shannon Doyle for John Barry. First to the features on Windsor Park Plate Day at 2:10. Tomorrow afternoon, tracks dead 4 this afternoon. Weather fine there at Hastings. Looks like a great day there in the Bay. Day 2 of the Carnival. Back we go to Alexandra Park now as we get ready for the 6th event on the program, and Craig, about 6 minutes of betting time resuming, and obviously a lot of interest on or surrounding a couple of really good trotters resuming here. Irish Whisper off 40 metres and Boiselle also off 40 metres, and they seem to be the 2 favoured runners anyway with the bookmakers.
Yeah, Daryl, they're 2 very, very smart trotters. Of course, Irish Whisper, he's a horse that was formerly trained in the Deep South with Phil Williamson. He's now in the North with Tony Hurley. He's a 7-year-old, but he's only had 29 starts. He's won on 10 occasions. This time up, well, he's looked a lot more foolproof. Bulletproof would probably be the word with his manners. He was very good at the workouts at Auckland here a couple of weeks ago. He got beaten by Franco Nadal in that trial, and Franco Nadal franked that form by winning a week later. Irish Whisper's been back at the workouts. He's been specced in the Dominion Handicap, Daryl, from about 41 into 18. I heard the bookmakers talking about his chances with Russell Jackson under the lights last night, and he's paraded very well on track as we look at him now going round with Tony Hurley, the son of Sundon, this one for Murray Notman. I think he's in for a big season, Irish Whisper, and as I say, his work has been great in the last 2 or 3 weeks. His main danger will come from Boiselle. We've heard from Derek Ball. He said the horse has worked on nicely in the last 2 or 3 weeks. He's had a couple of quiet trials. James Stormont will take the drive. Of course, this one for DM Gray and KL Walker. Same owners of Bruno Polliard. This is the older brother. He's now an 8-year-old. He's won over $185,000. 40 metres is a long way back, but another one that looked very well going through the parade ring. These two horses, both coming in fresh, have both paraded very well, and I think there's a little between them. I put Irish Whisper slightly in front of Boiselle because I think he's had one extra workout, and I like the way he hit the line in a very quickly run trial here a fortnight ago. I think he's gone on with that, Irish Whisper, and he is a master trainer driver aboard in Tony Hurley. Bruno Polliard, stablemate of Boiselle, the younger brother, this one a 5-year-old. This is his biggest test to date. He's only a 3-race winner. He's taking on horses here that have won 10 races, 11 races like Boiselle and Irish Whisper. Big step up for him tonight. He probably hasn't got the speed of the other two. Very good stayer though, and his manners are usually impeccable, so he gives 100%. Bruno Polliard. David Butcher takes the drive, and had to congratulate David too. At his first winner back last Thursday at Cambridge on Hot Mac in the drivers' ranks after being on the sideline for a long time with injury, and it was good to see David get a win last week, and it was a beautiful drive too on Hot Mac to get him home. And yes, he'll give Bruno Polliard every opportunity in race number 6 tonight. The horse on screen there, Franco Nadal. Another one in the north with Ben Waldron. Todd McFarlane doing a lot of the work with the horse. He was good, winning last start. Son of In the Pocket, got his 7th win. I reckon he's a better horse when he's saved for one run. He led them up last start, and I think he's a horse that follows speed very well. I'd like to see him just get a nice sit off them and one run at them. You can't really go for him. He's a horse you just got to let him run at his own speed. When you tend to go for him, he can jump out of it and do things wrong, but if you're kind to them and nurse them, and Todd McFarlane's that type of driver, he'll give you 100%. He did that last start. So Franco Nadal, thought racing very well since coming north and seems to go well right-handed, so no problem for him. I put them 9 on top to beat 8, 7 and 6. 9, 8, 7, 6. The back marker Charlemagne, next best of my picks. Phil Butcher, encouraging run last start. Aaron White, as I come to you 2 minutes out from one of our feature tonight, the Tropical Nights at Alexandra Park, 3rd and 10th of October, handicap trot. Good to have these open class trotters back on the track.
Yeah, it certainly is, Craig. Great to have them back. Irish Whisper, of course, took last season's Group 1 National Trot along with the Lyle Creek Stakes, and Boiselle, as we know in the past, has placed in races such as the Roe Cup. So great to have those horses back on track. I did go the way of 8 Boiselle, running for a moneybags tonight. Does operate well fresh. The Dream Vacation 8-year-old, Jimmy Stormont, Derek Ball. Over the 9 Irish Whisper, the son of Sundon, could be in for a very big season this season for the Iceman. We'll put in the 7 Franco Nadal, who scored nicely 2 weeks ago, and 10 Charlemagne, the Jules winner, has to be considered for all the combination bets. But Boiselle just edging clear for me for Irish Whisper here, Craig. 8, 9, 7 and 10.
Thanks, Aaron. You'll notice the black armbands on horse 4 Ace Moment, and that is for the passing of Danny Lewis, who passed away during the week. Only 28 years of age. Thanks to Bernie Hackett for passing that information on to me. So the black armbands on Ace Moment for the passing of Danny Lewis, only 28 years of age during the week. Our condolences to the family. Just on start time for race number 6 tonight. Good luck if you live and pick 6. First leg taken out by the hot favourite Voluntad. Second leg $3 Irish Whisper. I'd take that over Boiselle. Gee, looks well on track, Irish Whisper. Third favourite, 7 Franco Nadal. Red light on for our feature trot tonight, race number 6. Here's Aaron's call.
Tropical Nights at Alexandra Park, the 3rd and 10th of October, our feature trot. Welcome the warmer weather at Alexandra Park with Tropical Nights, with room theming, a delicious tropical themed buffet, the live racing action Certainly no better way to say goodbye to those winter blues. Tropical Nights packages to 9631165. The contact there. Further information, alexpark.co.nz. And whilst at alexpark.co.nz, remember to like us on Facebook and get all of those stories throughout the race nights too, coming through from our roving reporter, Dwayne Ranger. Does a great job too with APTV, Alexandra Park TV, with interviews and like at alexpark.co.nz. Irish Whispers into 250 now. Group 1 winner last season, took the national trot here at Alexandra Park. He also scored in the Lyle Creek Stakes. Wazel is the second favourite. $4.40. Franco Nadal off 10 metres at $6.50. Square Gators face up to starter Frank Phelan. Tropical Nights at Alexandra Park. The feature trot are underway and they all make good beginnings. And first out will be Airwell Pegasus from on the inside, Tourbillon. Up into third is Bruno Pollard, then Ace Moment, followed by Jasinski, then Thanks Charlie. First off stride is Franco Nadal. He's been taken up the track as the back markers get underneath him. Wazel leads up that trio from Irish Whisper. And Charlemagne and Franco Nadal now galloping out of contention as they sweep across the showgrounds turn. 2,300 left to go. And the leader Airwell Pegasus and Todd Mitchell a length and a half over Tourbillon. Bruno Pollard and David Butcher third. They're followed by Jasinski, then Ace Moment, followed by Thanks Charlie. 2.5 away Wazel. 2 lengths away into the favourite Irish Whisper. And last of the winning chances is Charlemagne. And there's 75 metres away to Franco Nadal. 2 circuits left to go. Tropical Nights at Alexandra Park, 3rd and 10th of October. And the Square Gators work the stables corner where Airwell Pegasus. Indian File leads by a length and a half over Tourbillon. A length and 3/4 Bruno Pollard. 2.5 Jasinski. A length and a half then to Ace Moment. Similar margin, Thanks Charlie. 2 lengths away to Wazel. On its back is the favourite Irish Whisper. And Charlemagne back last of the winning chances. No chance Franco Nadal. 1,700 left to go. Airwell Pegasus through the back. Still leads by a length and a half. Over Tourbillon and Bruno Pollard. Jasinski fourth and 4 back on the inside. Ace Moment first away from the inner for Lawson. Hopping into the 1-1 now was Thanks Charlie. Wazel on the back of Thanks Charlie. Then Irish Whisper, Charlemagne. No chance Franco Nadal. They sweep across the showgrounds turn again. 1,400 left to go. The lead time was 1:30.3. Airwell Pegasus leads. Tourbillon's had that nice run in the trail throughout. Bruno Pollard just edging away from the markers. Now comes away to sit parked. Ace Moment now with 1-1 covered. Jasinski will take up the leeway against the marker line. So work through the lane. They're followed then by Thanks Charlie. Here comes Irish Whisper. Charlemagne, they start there 3 wide. Moves into the race and Wazel will connect onto that 3 wide line. 33 and 3 the opening quarter at the bell. With a circuit left to go. And Airwell Pegasus to take them into their final circuit. Up to second, Irish Whisper. Back on the inside then Tourbillon. Charlemagne getting closer but caught 3 wide. They're followed then by Bruno Pollard. Jasinski the inside. Ace Moment. Out wider then is Wazel and back on the inside. Thanks Charlie. Second quarter 30 and 9. The trotters into the back. Airwell Pegasus. Charlemagne's up to be a neck away second and parked and then Tourbillon. Irish Whisper 1-1 as Wazel comes forward 3 wide and 4 lengths off the Airwell Pegasus as they trot down to the 500. They're followed by Jasinski. Bruno Pollard. Ace Moment's got the back of Wazel as they turn off the back. Then Thanks Charlie as Charlemagne trots onto the lead. 400 to go. Wazel's right there. They're followed Irish Whisper. Ace Moment. Tourbillon. He's just losing ground with Airwell Pegasus struggling on the corner. The quarter down the back. 28 and 8. Charlemagne for home. A length and a half. Irish Whispers after him now and down the outside. Wazel. Airwell Pegasus getting her second win on the inside. It's Charlemagne. Wazel between runners. Irish Whisper. He's starting to lengthen now. Irish Whisper. Wazel and Ace Moment down the outside. Irish Whisper. He's back. Irish Whisper. Nice win. Wazel second. Ace Moment. Good run third. They were followed Tourbillon, Charlemagne, Airwell Pegasus. Further back in the field then we had Thanks Charlie with Jasinski, Bruno Pollard, Franco Nadal. No chance after the early gallop. 332.9 off the front. We'll trim that up with the 40-metre back mark. He's back. 29 and 5 the final quarter. Irish Whisper, Group 1 winner last season. And he's really found that X factor the last 75 to beat out the challenge of Warzel. Down the outside was Ace Moment, but Irish Whisper, the son of Sundon, in. Second will be Warzel. He'll trim up nicely after that run. Ace Moment third. Tourbillon gets through to run fourth. Tropical Nights at Alexandra Park, 3rd and 10th of October, our feature trot tonight. Welcome back, Irish Whisper.
Official placings, race 6, the Tropical Nights at Alexandra Park, the 3rd and 10th of October, handicap trot. 984 110 2. 984 110 2. Horse 9, Irish Whisper, trotted the 2,700 metres from a stand and a 40-metre handicap and a net time of 3:29.9. It's a mile rate of 25.1. Last 858.3 and the 429.5. The margins, a neck, a half head, 1 length. 984 110 2, race 6, the Tropical Nights at Alexandra Park, handicap trot.
On Judge Graham McLennan's call, the Iceman Tony Hurley picks up his 3rd on the program tonight. Comes back in the Mitavite Black Bike. Mitavite and Woodlands stud-sponsored rangeman Tony Hurley back at the head of the field. Irish Whisper, Sundon, Little Contessa, 7-year-old Bay Gelding. Last season's Group 1 National Trot winner. Win 11 at start. 30 tonight, raced by M.R. Notman. Tony Hurley, the trainer-driver out of Papakura. Murray Goldsworthy, Auckland Trotting Club steward and life member down there, part of the victory celebrations in the winner's circle. Great to see him back. He's in for another very good season. Irish Whisper, the son of Sundon, bred by Bev Williamson, and 2 strong in the Tropical Nights at Alexandra Park, 3rd and 10th of October, our feature trot. Warzel, nice trot for second. Dream Vacation, Cordon Rouge, Brown, 8-year-old gelding, raced by D.M. Gray and K.A. Walker. Derek Bull trained at Pukekohe and James Stormont. And in for third, 4-race Moment, Dream Vacation, 6-year-old Brown gelding out of Stay a Moment, raced by Mrs. N.J. Hackett, P.J. May, I.J. Smith, G.L. Reid, Ms. D. Wop, along with A.L. Wilson, Michelle Wallace, Bernie Hackett, trained at Waiuku, and Simon Lawson. Number 9, Irish Whisper, $2.30 and $1.40, $2.30 and $1.40. 8 Warzel at $1.60, $1.60 and 4-race Moment, $4.50, $4.50. Quinella, $3.50, $3.50. Trifecta, $118.10, $118.10. First 4, $1,176.80, $1,176.80. 2 and 9 in the double, returns $4.10, $4.10. 2 and 8 concession, $2.80, $2.80. TAB treble, 10, 2 and 9, $25.10, $25.10. We'll have an update on pick 6 for you shortly.